Look, it's live.
I'm alive, I think.
It says
Fucking microphone.
We want Chili Willy.
Your favorite one.
Right. Okay. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Duke?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's do this.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Chinny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Hot one today, huh?
Yeah! It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Hello!
Yeah, boy!
So, ain't you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
console off before you have to press repeat.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
Hello and welcome to episode 658 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 658, and we're all happy and calm. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
He is.
Yay,
Stu.
we're all back. The boys are back in town. I was out 2 weeks ago. It still says waiting on YouTube. I don't know why it says waiting, but
I don't know. Mine's on.
Yeah, so I was gone 2 weeks ago. Chinny was gone last week. Stu's been sick. How are you feeling, Stu?
I'm feeling fine and dandy. I did a test
Are you
this
still
morning.
testing positive? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's
I
a
did a
positive and
test
negative.
this-
That's all we need to
Yeah,
know.
that's
Wow.
it. That's the end of the story.
It's a
I
really
did a
one-word
test this
answer.
morning, and it looked very negative. And
You
then I
better
got
turn
into the
positive.
daylight, and if I squinted very ever so slightly, I could just see the faintest
So
line.
it's a
you've
positive
ever-
test.
Just
You got a
about.
positive test.
Only just.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's a positive.
I guess
It's
I'm
not
nearly negative.
horseshoes and hand grenades, dude.
I'm nearly negative, man. I'm nearly negative. It was so weak.
That's like
It
saying
barely
I'm
was a lie.
kind of a murderer. You either
Well, no,
are
but
or
you
you're
have to
not.
assume.
I'm mostly not pregnant.
No, you've
but
got
I'm
to
a little bit
assume.
pregnant.
Yeah.
You've got to assume the more infectious you are, the brighter the line. I mean, this line you can barely see it. You've got to squint in daylight to even see
Anyway,
it.
Stay in
listen,
the house.
Listen, this is boring. I have something interesting to tell you.
But yeah, I'm
Okay,
feeling
good. Tell us
absolutely
what's
fine
interesting.
regardless.
So,
of how I
I'm
feel.
I'm glad you're
last-
feeling well. How's the family? Good. Chinny, go ahead.
So-
well, I was going to tell you, but you don't care.
I wasn't
guess.
actually
Go on,
asking. Go
carry
ahead,
on.
Chinny.
Carry on.
Millie is still very infectious. She's very bright red line positive.
How
Kay's
about-
Is she feeling okay?
Yeah, she's fine now. She's still a bit ill, but she's not as
young,
ill as she was.
She's, you know what I mean? She's of the Gen Z.
Kay is much better as well. She did a test today. Was again very faint red line, so she's still positive, but only just. So
Okay.
we're nearly there. We're nearly out of the woods, I'm guessing. So there you go.
There you go.
Hopefully getting away on Wednesday as well.
Where you
We're
going?
going to try and. Well, we were originally going up into Scotland, but it's a bit far now, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to just maybe go to Chester for a few nights.
That'll do.
Oh, nothing wrong
Yeah,
with a trip to
so
Chester.
maybe
We're gonna go
Wednesday,
to
come
that
back
restaurant
Saturday.
that we had a meal at. Remember? at Chester?
Maybe.
It's all right.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to go
All right,
Wednesday.
Chinny, you said you had a
come back
very
Saturday.
interesting story
Go.
or something
Well,
to say.
Right.
You were in Scotland.
I was in Scotland. That's not.
Yeah, you've got
that's
to
not,
go.
That's not that interesting. So
You mean to tell me there's nothing interesting in Scotland?
nothing happens in Scotland. Right. Now, this
Now.
this
Now.
is this. I have been dying to show
Uh-oh.
you this. Dying.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Um.
Is this another
Right.
goddamn keyboard that's going to make sound effects
Oh,
and
yeah,
you play
probably
music
is.
while I'm trying
Look,
to tell a
look,
story?
the keyboard is not here. However, it does
Hypocrite.
It does involve that
You
thing.
goddamn
right.
hypocrite.
Right. Hold on.
Dude,
Right.
Duke, you're always playing noises. It drives
No,
me
no,
nuts.
no.
Chinny
no.
has a chance to have some sound effects.
I know. We don't even get to hear them.
Right. Please,
That's Chinny with a
Duke,
sound effect.
You have no idea how long I've wanted to show you.
All right,
this.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
So the last time I was on, I'm gonna
Yeah.
play a clip from the
Okay.
last time I was on. Right?
Yes.
So Duke, just
Yes.
please refrain from interrupting with sound effects, okay?
I ain't
I'm
doing
gonna-
that.
I'm
Put
gonna
your hands
play.
in the air, dude. Keep them in the air.
So I'm gonna play the clip now. Stew. Are you okay? Stew.
Is there something emotional you're going through, Stu?
Not at the moment, no. This is
Stu?
emotional.
Are you okay, Stu? Stu? Is there something emotional you're going through, Stu?
Okay, so that was the clip, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just dicking about. I made it up on the
Dicking
spot,
about.
right?
Yes, a fun
Yeah.
little song.
And
Fun little
then
ditty.
I couldn't get that tune out of my head.
Oh my
Ooh,
god!
we
he's
did a
made an
remix.
actual tune.
So the
Yeah,
next
you did.
day, I made a song,
oh my
All
god!
right,
I'm gonna
let's
get
hear
to
it.
hear a song.
and I was just like, I can't get this song out of my head. Now, before I play the song, I was so impressed with the song
Oh god! Have you submitted it to iTunes?
that I am now.
No, you're submitted it to Eurovision.
It's on Spotify.
So I showed it Tara, and she's like, "That's pretty catchy, actually." And then I showed it Tara's brothers, right?
Right.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, that's funny, that's cool, right?" And then her one
Oh,
brother
God.
started humming it like about 10
Yeah.
minutes later, and I said, "See?" And he was like, "I didn't even know I was humming it."
It's a hook, man.
Got a hit. I think it's a hit.
It's a hit
So-
on your hands.
This
All right,
is
here
the
we go.
song I wrote the next day.
Okay.
It took me longer than I care to admit.
It's the creative process.
I thought it
you
would
get.
take about half an hour. It took me about 2.5 hours. But hey,
There you go.
we got here.
Let's hear
I-
We
it.
I'd
suffer
like to-
for our art.
I'd like
do.
to show you my debut song, and I've
All
called
right.
it simply Stew.
Nice.
Here we go.
Could go viral.
To the drop,
Listen.
and then there is an ending. There is an ending. It will end now. Give it another bar. There you go.
Oh, that was pretty good, you know.
Yay! Good
I feel
stuff,
like-
Chinny.
I feel like it's got a bit of a sort of 90s baggy sound to it. You know what I mean?
I'm
Bit
not
of
saying that's the
90s,
finished
2000s.
article. That's what I did in 2.5 hours.
It's a
Now,
starting point.
I
Starting point.
listened to that again. I listened to that now, and I'm like, there needs to be more vocals. I need to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
There needs to be like a hype track, like Stew. You know what I mean? Like something
I
going on.
sort of feel, I'll be honest with you, Chinny, right? I feel like the just echo effect Chinny voice is fine. I think you did a bit too much with
I
it.
think, yeah,
the
no, I
first
agree with
voice
that
is
as well.
I agree with
I
that,
agree with
yeah.
that. So this is, I do confess, I did open the project once more the day
Yeah.
after to try and work out how to include the actual sound effect, this one,
Stew.
that,
Yeah.
into the song, and then I failed after about an hour and a half. I was like, I can't work out how to put that fucking song in.
Well, can you record that as a separate track and then layer it over it? Can you not do that?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
You would think that would be very
You would think
simple
that
to
you'd
do.
think so. That's what I would think,
You would.
but you can't.
Depends on what software you're using.
So I'm
Oh, yeah,
using
I
it's. I was like, this is really trendy software. I bet all the kids are using this. I went on YouTube and I was like, we describe this one as the boomer software. So like, you know, so the so I was like, okay, thanks. But it's not just as simple as I think it probably is simple when I work out how to do it. But everything's like MIDI programs and things like that, so it's difficult
But
to.
once you, if you recorded just this music only, could you not layer it in Audacity?
Oh, I could, yeah. But what I'm talking about here is, right. So, I got this far, right. I got close, but I didn't get quite enough. So whereas I'm holding up the keypad here. If I press this one, it'll go Stew, and then it'll go Are you okay, Stu? You know, I could do that, right?
So you did a bit of a remix with the
So,
keyboard.
yeah, so I could. That's where I want to get to, and then there's a bit where you go, well, actually, I'm all right. Yeah, Stu. You know, so it's like I was getting there, and then something else happened. So
maybe it just needs a couple more months of work, and then we're gonna have a
I
smash.
will,
hit
it's you know, it's in the oven at the moment. It's in the oven.
I feel like we could get this to go viral.
Yeah.
I think we need to get this to go viral. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. I think basically I don't want to jump the gun or anything like that, but I think our
It's
lives
gonna
are
outsell Beyonce's album.
I think
Yeah,
our lives are
that's
going to
all we're gonna
change
say.
from now
I think
on.
they are. I think
our lives are going to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z's in your phone at some point this week.
James Bevan says it needs some whoop whoop woo from me.
Listen,
Maybe.
I appreciate that, James Bevan, but get the fuck out of my creative process. Do you know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. That's what it's like.
This is the problem. You open it up to the public, it's everybody else's. You know, it's just the creative
Here's
process.
I have a suggestion for James Bevan, actually.
Go.
yourself.
Yeah, there you
There's
go.
some-
There you
This
go.
is why we
Some
don't get.
advice.
This is why we
You
don't get
tell us
listeners.
how to make music. We'll tell
Yeah,
you how to.
James.
I don't
This
know
is-
what James Bevan does.
This is why we don't get listeners, do we? Just tell them to.
All right, who's got a
My
story
favorite
time for us?
It's story
Done
time.
with the
So-
music showcase.
I've got a story because,
How did
as
I
you
know Stu
know,
would have a story?
I've had a bit of a shit week because we meant to go away on holiday.
Yes.
Couldn't go away on holiday because we got fucking
Yes.
COVID.
Yes.
So I've been
Very
in all
frustrating.
week in this fucking steaming hot weather. It's been horrendously hot here, like over 30
Yes.
degrees for the last 3 days. 4 days, including today.
Is it?
So it's-
Yes.
Yeah, over 30 degrees every day for 4 days. It's been very hot. So I've not really been out. I'll be honest with you. We've been just sat in the living room we've got this big metal fan that we've just had on constantly trying to cool us down because it's just been so hot.
Hot one today, huh?
Hot one every bloody day. So it's been a bit of a crap week, really. I've not felt too bad since about Tuesday. So sickness wise, I've been sort of all right, but just can't go anywhere.
I hear you.
And how's your penis?
My penis is fine. Thanks
Is it
for
good?
asking.
Right.
Thanks
Because,
for asking.
you know, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to check in on your friends'
You do.
health. You know what I mean? And especially men, we don't ask
check your
how
testicles.
each other's penises are. And
Yeah.
you know what? If you've got a friend and you haven't spoken to them for a while, just text them and say, "Can I see that D?" And they'll know
Yeah,
what's up.
how are your testes?
How's your
That's what you gotta
father,
ask.
if you know what I mean?
There you go.
Hey?
So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird week. And then on Thursday, gets an email off Steam / Valve going, "Hey Stu, your fucking Steam Deck's ready to buy."
What did they say? Did they say it like this?
Stew.
Like that?
Did
You want your Steam Deck, Stu?
Hey, Stu.
You want your Steam Deck, Stu?
Put anything to it.
Yeah.
So I've got to say, I
How's
was
your
very
penis,
excited.
Stu?
Yeah,
go
it just
ahead.
goes on, doesn't it?
How'd you test these, Stu?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very excited, right? Because I was so close with my prediction because I reckoned it was going to be Monday
Yeah.
when I got the email. It was a bloody Thursday because they're only meant to send them out on a Monday, so they threw a curveball and sent it on a Thursday.
Right.
Oh my
right.
God!
Right.
What are they, madmen?
I know,
Right,
so I'm
right.
like,
Psychopaths?
you need to buy this shit. So anyway, needless to say, it has been paid for. I did panic slightly tonight when I came online because I've not been on my Steam account for a bit on here.
Yeah.
And there's like, attention message. So I clicked on it. You have 2 minutes to complete your purchase.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, what, shit. And then I checked and like, nah, it's just a message from when I should have paid for it. So anyway, so it's all done. It's
Great.
not been shipped yet, though. I bought it on Thursday. It's still
No.
not been shipped. So I'm slightly miffed because I was hoping to get it like,
Are
early
you
next
okay,
week.
Stu?
Exactly.
It's just got length, hasn't it? The song. It's just
It
got.
does,
It's
does.
just
I
got.
think there's so many different variations,
Yeah.
remixes. So yeah, I'm very excited. Can't wait.
Mm.
I'm going to try and get rid of some of the pile of shame off Steam because I won't have to sit in this red hot conservatory during the summer now to play Steam games.
Yeah.
And also, I'll be honest, even though I've got a Steam Link, which I do use, you've still got to turn the PC on in this scorching heat inside the conservatory to do that. And I'm always a bit worried because it is literally so hot in here. It's like these last few days, it has been so hot in this conservatory. Probably in the late 30s, 40s in here during the day. So it's been
Well,
crazy.
it's a greenhouse, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much a greenhouse. I mean, it's still boiling now, but not as hot as it was
Are
earlier.
you sad that you didn't buy an orangery instead of a greenhouse? Instead of a
Well, we have got plans to convert this into an extension, so...
So what happens then with your little man cave?
Well, it'll still be my little man cave. It just won't as much of a man cave, I guess. I'm not really sure. I guess I'll have to figure it out. So this is going to become...
This sounds like a communication problem between you and
I know,
Kim.
yeah. This is going to become a dining room, believe it or not. And then obviously what's currently the kitchen diner will be one big kitchen. So that's what we're planning on doing. And we'll have some French doors going out
A
onto
dining
the
room doesn't
patio.
sound like it's going to have a man cave section.
I know. I'm going to have to work out how the man cave fits in here.
Divorce is the way you do it.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, or kick Millie out, one of the two.
Well, that might happen at some point, just saying. Not imminently, but, man cave can move upstairs.
Well, you can nudge her out the house a little bit, can't you? You can kind of...
Yeah. Poke her. Give her a couple of pokes every now and again.
Hey, Millie, it's looking nice outside today.
Yeah.
Shut the door.
You and Adam are getting on well.
Yeah.
Saying.
Adam looks like he's financially secure. Well, he doesn't have a job. Well, jobs.
Well,
jobs.
what's a job?
You don't want a job. You don't want to
Live
get on the
under a-
system. You don't want to get on the grid. The man can get you then.
Have
you
you
know.
heard of a cardboard house?
Cardboard house.
There
Very,
you go,
very
see?
sturdy. Very
See?
sturdy.
Sorry.
Hey?
So anyway, who
Anyway.
knows? But that's in the future, so I'm not.
One
worried
can
about
dream
that
about
too
your
much.
daughter being homeless. One
Exactly,
can dream.
Exactly. Well, we were meant to be fair, we were meant to get rid of her 2 years ago, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, which is
So,
annoying,
she was
isn't it?
we were meant to go off to uni, and
She's
that was it.
just the worst.
Oh, honestly, just can't get rid of
Honestly.
her.
Honestly.
I wouldn't get rid of her for the world. She's
Hey,
lovely.
talking of Steam Decks, by the way.
Yes.
Look at this microphone. It keeps just dropping like a sad.
What's that going to do with Steam Deck?
No. It did that mid. I'm gonna have to do it like this.
Speaking of crummy technology, perhaps.
Yeah, see.
I've held a Steam Deck.
Oh, when did you hold one of those?
So Ollie at work, Jamie at work, gave his Steam Deck slot to Ollie at work.
Ah, okay.
Because Jamie, Jamie, he did the drawings, he did all the art for the show.
I know Jamie well.
So Jamie sacrificed his slot.
Such a nice man.
Sacrificed his slot to Ollie, which sounds sexy, but it's not. Because I think he was busy, or he was like doing something when the thing came through, and he wasn't that bothered anyway. Because Jamie's expecting a little girl. His wife's pregnant, so he's like, I'm not.
He's been busy. He's been busy doing other stuff.
Been busy
making
getting
babies.
Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of like, well, I'm spending a lot of money on that kind of stuff. I'm not really that bothered about it, but I think he'll change his tune when the baby comes along, because he'll be like, man, I wish I had a Steam Deck now. Now I'm trying to feed this baby. Anyway.
Bye.
So Ollie at work got one and brought the fucker in.
Okay.
And I held it.
Yeah.
And I switched it on and I touched it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's big.
Oh yeah, I know the big, yeah. Chunky.
And then he was playing. What I've got to ask him why he does this, but he plays Football Manager via Steam Link on his iPad on lunch.
All right, okay.
So I've seen him do that, but then he says, "Oh, it'd be better on the Steam Deck because of blah blah blah," and I could never remember
play
why.
natively. He can install it, can't he? He doesn't have to.
Yeah,
play
but I
it
don't know why. It's
over
like
the
there's
internet.
something that it can do if he plays it properly that he can't do. I don't know what it is. But
Who
then
knows?
he's got Football Manager and he's got Skyrim on there. That's the only two games. he's on there. So I've held it. It's a pretty beastie thing, but he's really excited for it, because I think, like, he says, oh, it's great because when I go around my girlfriend's, I don't have to bloody listen to her yappa yappa yappa.
Wow. I didn't realise that what this was for. Do you know what
basically
case
that's what Steam Deck is for, isn't it? So
Well-
you can just not do what life throws at you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well-
you can avoid life.
You can. Case, you know what
Yeah,
Kate's
that's what all
first
video
question
games are
was?
Yeah, but you could do it conveniently, Duke, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That
guess
is true.
so.
I say, do you know what Kay's first question was?
And which
How loud is it going to be, and can you plug headphones in?
What
That
is
was-
that's what you say if somebody buys a drum kit. Is she
That
on
was the
crack?
first 2 questions. I'm like, it's a portable gaming PC, and yes, you can.
Not very,
And-
and yes.
Yeah,
No, go away.
Internal speakers aren't very loud, I imagine.
No, probably not. No.
So yeah, who knows? It looks cool. I have already decided on the first game I am gonna play on it,
Which
So that's
is
Go on.
go
which is of
on.
course Half-Life 2, because I've played that on
That's
every single
suspicious.
platform it's available on. So that's what I'm gonna play
Yeah.
first. Half-Life 2.
That's
Maybe
weird.
Portal 2 as well. Maybe play both of those again.
Oh yeah, you
So,
gotta hurry
you
up
know.
and play Half-Life 2 on the Steam Deck so you can then play it in VR.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
coming in VR too. Oh my
It
God.
is. I can't wait. There's a mod coming out in September, which allows you to play Half-Life 2
So
fully
Duke-
in VR
fucking gives
with Half-Life Alyx control scheme and
Duke,
shit. So it's gonna be
Um,
great.
this might be a silly question because I think I know the answer, but what would be if you had a Steam Deck? What would be the first game you'd try?
Probably Rocket League, so I can
Yeah.
see if it's different on the Steam Deck than on the Switch.
Switch.
Probably it wouldn't, because I mean, what you're holding it like this, right? Like you
Yeah,
move, you
like
move your
it's
hand
like
and
it's like a
yeah.
Switch, but like thicker.
Bigger.
Yeah, but so the problem would be the same with Rocket League, I think, which means I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Same with maybe not so much with Skyrim because
Well, I don't really enjoy portable gaming anyway. I just think it's a bit of a
Well, I mean that's the problem. Like it's,
shat.
well, it's kinesthetic in a way that I don't like my video games to be. So
What does that mean?
I don't know
Jake?
what
Do
that
you
means.
it
No, I
means?
do.
it's
Stu,
body,
actually, sorry,
it's body motion.
totally.
It's
Dude.
movement based.
Dude, sorry.
That's
me
why
and
it was called the Kinect.
Stu and I are just gonna have a little.
Kine.
Stu and I are just gonna have a little veteran gamers meeting with you. Okay, Stu.
that's fine.
Yes.
What did that? What does kinesthetic mean? Do you
I
know?
have not a clue. He just
Do you
uses
wanna-
big words.
Shall we vote? Who asks him? Do you want you to ask him or shall I
Yeah,
ask
I
him?
don't know what I want to ask him though.
I'll
because
ask
he'll
him.
just use
I'll
more
ask
big
him. I'll
words.
ask him.
Go,
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You
yeah.
ask him. Ask him.
Hey,
ask him,
Duke.
go.
What is?
All right, I'm back. What's going on?
We had a meeting. What does kinesthetic mean?
It means
'Cause
you're
Stu wants to
moving your
know.
body. You're moving your body. That's why the Kinect was called KINECT.
Right.
Because you're moving around and
Yes.
you know you yeah right.
Oh,
Can't
no,
you
me.
say kinetic? It's kinetic.
Well, yeah, but there's I don't know the difference in kinetic and kinesthetic to be honest. Kinetic is about energy it's stored up.
Right.
And kinesthetic is about the body moving.
I'm going to see what the internet says because I still.
No, Stu. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because
Anyway,
I-
maybe we
I
should talk about
trust
video
him.
games. Is
I
it is it
trust
time
him.
for us to
I
discuss
wasn't.
video
Yeah,
games?
Stu, I wasn't questioning Duke because because I don't trust him. I was questioning because I wanted to know.
No,
like, I
no, no.
believe
The
his
only
answer.
reason to question anybody is to prove them wrong so you
Yeah.
can win.
Yeah. You banging your
Yeah.
desk
Where are you going?
made that very
Story time's
effective
over,
though.
isn't it?
What you been playing?
And I also knocked the cable from my webcam off a little bit.
What
so
you
it made
been
a different image.
I tell you. Sorry. Yeah.
Are you okay, Stu?
Are you okay?
So the last time I was on the show, Duke wasn't on, was you? Duke, he wasn't on. And,
That's right. That's right.
I
And last time I was
struggled.
on, you weren't on.
I struggled. I was like, she was like, you don't even have the intro. So now I do. I've got
Yeah.
I've got the intro there.
Oh
now.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, Fraser, you missed the whole Steam Deck chat.
Yeah,
you
you did.
suck.
yeah. So
Okay.
you know.
You also missed the music, but whatever.
Yeah.
There'll be
you
more.
also-
By the way, Fraser, there will be more. I haven't got it yet.
Yeah, once he has it, then
Once
we
I
won't get him
have
to
it,
shut up
there's
about
going to
it.
be a
Yeah.
lot of Steam Deck chat.
It's gonna be. It's
Oh,
gonna be a
God.
month. It's gonna be 6 months before you stop talking
There'll
about
be,
that bastard.
there'll be
thing.
more chatting about my Steam Deck than my actual.
But don't worry,
deck.
once that 6 months is up, it'll
tell you
go
what,
in the
though,
closet and he'll
two
never talk
giant
about it again.
dicks.
I'll tell you what it
Yeah.
does though. I'll tell you what it does though. Him buying the Steam Deck, Duke. Sorry, Duke. Can we have a meeting? Can we have a veteran gamers meeting?
Okay,
Just for you?
Stu,
Sorry.
look
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Chinny.
The good thing about Stu getting a Steam Deck is that
Yeah.
he will stop talking about this fucking VR bollocks. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, maybe for a
yeah.
little while, but then
Okay.
once he gets Steam Deck that works with the VR, like, oh, forget
Oh
it.
god, it's gonna be hard.
He'll
Anyway,
have
we
his
better
Steam Deck
step
in
back.
one hand and a little VR thing in another.
Yeah. Also, you didn't fill the chocolate drawer in the meeting room, but not a big deal.
Yeah,
right, we'll go back to the show. Hi,
exactly.
Stu.
All
Hey,
right,
there.
Stu, welcome
How you
back.
doing?
Are you
You're right.
You have a
okay?
good meeting?
Hi, Stu.
I am okay.
Stew.
You know. Okay, we better talk about.
So who's
going to
talk about what they've been playing?
I have got a plethora
Well, I'll let you go
Ooh.
first then.
of video
A
games.
whole bunch.
I don't have anything.
What?
Oh no!
I haven't
You
played.
didn't
Nothing
finish
at all,
As
not a
Dust
single
Falls?
game.
Oh, I finished that.
Oh no, we talked about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to do a spoiler show, but I don't remember
Okay.
anything about it now. But
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
finished
just
that.
need to look on what you did.
I tell you what, I can talk about a
the-
video game that I've been playing at work. How about that?
Oh, go
Okay.
on then.
So
We'll
what?
hear it. We'll hear it.
So obviously they've been playing FIFA at work, and I'm like,
Ah.
FIFA's stupid, football's crap.
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
awful, awful.
Totally
awful.
agree.
And then Ollie at work said, "Oh, why don't we play Volta?" I was like, "What's Volta?"
Volta.
And Volta is indoor football, like 5v5 soccer, right?
Okay.
Soccer.
And it's kind of like a version of FIFA Street. Now, FIFA Street. Do you know what FIFA Street is?
Yeah, I
was?
remember FIFA.
So it's like a kind of fun version of.
Yeah.
I haven't got a video ready for this, but I'll get a video going.
More lighthearted, a little more goofy.
Yeah, a little bit like a bit goofing around,
refs.
some tricks here and there. Yeah, let me get some footage of the Volta stuff up. It's very hard to find. Which one are we on? 2020. Oh yeah, 2022. So it's FIFA 2022. Where's the Volta? Come on. Yeah, it's difficult because everybody's just FIFA's one of those things on YouTube where just like the people streaming it are insane. Okay, I've got some clips ready. Blah 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 blah. But it's very small football, pretty much. It's like fun. You can do tricks. You can do funny passes, and I absolutely love Volta. I think it's great. I think it's fun.
Yay.
It's like not as serious, but also it's exciting. It's easier to win the ball.
Is it pay to win? That's the question, because we all know FIFA these days is just pay to win out.
I wouldn't know about that, but like
Okay.
we haven't paid a penny, but you know, it's some like one match, for example, I was 3-0 down, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Usually 3-0 down, you fucked, right? I mean, 4-0 down.
Depends on how much time is left in the
Hey,
game.
I'm going to make an actual football reference here. Are you ready, Stu?
Go on.
This
Yeah, I'm
is-
ready,
I'm
I'm
very
ready.
excited about this, right?
Okay.
3-0 down. That's nothing compared to Man United yesterday, eh?
Hey,
Hey?
what do you think of that? Hey? Yeah.
Because they lost 4-0.
Yeah.
Manchester.
Okay.
And they've never done that before.
Oh,
Well, there's always a first time for everything.
So I was forced to watch the football yesterday.
Who forced you to watch that?
Simeon and Simeon's father-in-law. So you know. Anyway, yeah. So the Volta, it's good. It's like So I was 3-0 down, and then it was 3-3, and then 4-3, and then 4-4, and then it was 6-6 by extra time. And then I scored. It was 7-6. So I was 3-0 down. It was 7-6. So you just get ridiculous scoreline. It's exciting. You win the ball back. Somebody score. It's kind of like basketball. You know, basketball. Somebody scores in basketball. You're like, okay, it's not a big deal. You just sort of move on and just like you just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. So I was really impressed with it. You can do lots of tricks. You can kick the ball off the wall. It's all good fun. I like it. I remember FIFA 98 had indoor football, and I always wanted to play it again. And then just randomly, Ollie was like talking about, we should try this, and then there are other sort of game modes, like if you score one, a player has to go off and things like that, but we don't really mess with. But yeah, the normal Volta is very good, like it.
right.
So FIFA is being
What, you're a
talked about
FIFA convert, are you?
on the show. I've always liked FIFA.
Always like a bit of FIFA.
I've always liked FIFA. It's just played by yaps and yobs. Do you know what I mean?
Yaps and yobs.
The yaps and yobs.
Wow. It's a bit sweeping statement there.
I've got FIFA.
Wow.
Listen,
Stew.
you know.
I
Are
want
you
Britain
okay,
to be back
Stu?
British.
It's catchy. It's gonna happen.
It is. Well, I'm singing it now, and it's about me. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a catchy tune.
So that's all I've played. I've been really busy. I've been working here, there, and everywhere. I've been there, Edinburgh, and like then I've just come back from Manchester today, and it's just like, I'm all over the shop. So I've played no games. No
games. Well, let me tell you, I was thrown down the gauntlet. Susan said, "Hey, Stu, you're a fucking chef. play this cooking simulator fucking shit and tell us if it's any
Oh
good.
snap!
Oh wow! Right.
Because you know, gotta be close. Is it close to the real thing? Is it not?
You
close
know,
to the
you're
real
the only one on the
thing?
show who can tell us
I've
how it
worked
is.
in a busy kitchen. You know,
Yeah.
Boiling Point, the film. I've been in some of those situations back in the day.
You are
You know,
Stevie Graham.
I am Stevie fucking Graham.
Yeah.
Stevie fucking Graham.
Stevie fucking Graham, mate.
But he's always saying
man, a
Steve, is it
fucking
a
Jedi.
right laugh? Yeah. Come on, I'm not gonna shank anyone, am I?
That was slightly Scottish. Just saying. It wasn't bad
No,
though,
it was
Duke.
from
It was a
Phone
good
Jacker.
effort. It was a good effort.
It was from Phone Jacker. Come on.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
here's
fine.
the thing, right? So
Right.
So
Yeah.
it starts off. It goes, "Here's your fancy kitchen. You've got."
Yeah, it looks very
right?
fancy. I'm looking at it now. It looks very
Right.
fancy. Very.
Here's your fancy kitchen. You got to run right.
Yeah.
Here's your shit. And the first thing he does is everything's broken. I mean, like literally, the whole fucking kitchen is broken.
Is this TGI Fridays?
Yeah, it's just everything's broken, right? So it's like,
Is it broken because you have to fix it, or is it broken because this game is made?
no, it's broken because you got to fix it. I mean, everything's
Okay,
broken.
Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
I must admit,
It's like when you start House Flipper and you got to fix your little workshop.
Gotta just say, I didn't do the set the floor on fire thing.
I know,
which you-
this-
I was gonna
video-
say this. You're not fixing nothing here. You're just cleansing it with fire.
this-
This
Sounds
video
like
is
that.
like we're gonna do funny things and we're gonna like you know.
What if we did
Stevie
everything
Stevie
wrong?
So I'm gonna find like a normal no.
Oh, I
commentary.
like this one. That's why I put it on.
Fact.
Anyway, so the game's like, oh, this has been left and right. Shit tip. You need to get this shit sorted. So you've got to pay to fix. And here's a weird thing, right? It's like a pay to win model because depending on which company you use, some cost less and some cost more. And the more you
Right.
spend, the less time it takes to be fixed. And the more, like
Okay.
the less you pay, the longer it takes to be fixed. So you can have like Joe Blogs fix it for you, you know, or Prestige cooking fixers. You know what I mean? You can have the shitty or the good, but depending on which you choose, depends on whether you know how quick it gets fixed. I mean,
You're
you can
not
see
using
it-
real money though, are you? You're just
yeah,
using...
yeah. It's like this weird like money that looks like a.
No, but you're not using your real money.
No,
It's
no,
not-
no, no,
It's
no,
not
no,
pay
no,
to
this
win
is-
in the sense
No,
of
no. But it's that.
because you
sort
said
of
pay to
model.
win, which makes
Yeah,
people
yeah,
jump
Pay to
to
win
No, but
means,
it's
yeah,
that.
you're paying real
It's that model though, because it's like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You obviously the more,
It's a virtual form of
the
that
more
model,
virtual money you spend, the quicker stuff shit gets done in it.
Right.
Each thing has a timer, so it took
You gotta
like
be careful.
40
If you say
seconds.
pay to win, people go, "Oh,
Audiences are going to get the wrong
You know what I
idea.
mean, though? It's that sort of model.
We
but it
do,
isn't that
now that we've
game.
clarified it,
It's
yes,
weird. Can you
right.
see there's all timers on the screen now because everything's being fixed, and that's how long it takes to fix it.
Right.
So then he goes, you need to
Are you
buy some
spending money?
equipment, right?
Yeah.
First thing it gets you to buy is a hand blender.
yeah."
I'm like, yeah, totally. I'm setting up a new
Essential.
kitchen. The first thing I need is and it has this weird system, right? So you see the boxes on the shelves, that's the store. So you can pick up the box and move it to a certain part of the kitchen, and then you can access that as the store to
That's
buy
weird.
stuff.
That's weird.
It's
That
just
is
a
weird.
fucking weird, like,
have
It's
a
like
menu.
on Auto Mechanic
Just have a
Simulator, you have a
menu.
tablet, you can buy stuff from that.
Yeah,
but
that-
it's
that
weird
makes
to have a
sense.
box.
just have a menu. Here's the
Or
other
just
thing
a
that's
screen, like a I
Yeah.
don't know, like a
Here's the thing
monitor.
that's really annoying though. Every time you click on a product to buy, you can only buy one. So it says buy 2 pans. So you have to buy each pan individually. You can't just go, oh, I'll have 2 of those, please. Let's buy 2.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just fucking. I don't know what they were thinking when they built the UI. It's like, why make it?
Crazy.
Why make it bloody fiddly? It's like I don't want fiddly. I just want to buy
Duke,
shit.
do you mind?
right?
Do you mind, Duke?
Am I what?
Playing the clip.
What clip?
Thank
And
you.
then
Duke.
he says, right.
I'm
then
not
he
some
goes,
jukebox you just put a quarter in and you.
You've earned your money.
Exactly.
Here's a treat.
Then, so it makes
That's
you.
suspicious.
So it makes you buy all this shit, right? And then it
Yes.
goes, oh, by the way, if you run out of money, you go bankrupt, and that's the end of your restaurant journey. So it's like buy all this stuff, and then don't fuck up because you're gonna go out of business.
Well, yeah,
don't
it's a
know.
business. This isn't
a
some
business.
socialist
Yes.
kitchen. You gotta make
So,
that cash.
Then you've got to buy recipes. Okay,
Yeah.
to start set going. The first recipe is trout. Just
Okay.
trout.
Yeah.
So
Just
it's
trout on a
this
plate.
thing,
You just
it is
put the fish on a
trout
plate, and then you serve
with
it.
with 4 wedges of lemon and a
Ooh,
little bit
4
of
wedges of
parsley,
lemon. You must be rolling in the dough.
and that's it. And you serve it, and that's a meal for someone. I'm like, where's the
Hey,
veg and potatoes?
If you,
What
got,
the fuck?
if you don't have picky eaters, They ordered trout, not trout and veg. That comes later.
So then, right, so I did the trout. That went well.
Right. Yes.
So
People like the trout.
I got 4 out of 5 stars on the presentation and stuff.
Would you say the trout worked out?
The trout worked out, right? And then he goes, by the
Duke,
salmon.
Duke.
Trout work out.
Don't gloat.
Sorry, you're the right.
Don't gloat if the trout worked out. We're doing jokes. We're doing jokes.
So then he says, buy the salmon and potato recipe and the tomato soup recipe.
Oh man, now we're going crazy.
So I bought all that shit,
Got like
right?
5 things on this menu.
I did the salmon one. That's fine. You have to. I was quite impressed, right? You have to obviously flip the salmon in the pan and all that stuff.
Oh, that is impressive.
They have, right? But it uses gravity. It's not just like press a button. You have to
As opposed to what?
Spatula over and let it
As
drop
opposed
back
to
down.
a cooking simulator on the moon.
Just lifting it up and pressing a button and it flips it for you. You know, you've got to use a bit of gravity. Anyway, then there's some fucking dude pops up that looks like Gordon Ramsay. Who's going, don't worry, I'll tell you how you need to cook this stuff. So he's the guy who's like talking you through it, like Gordon Ramsay lookalike.
What are you? An idiot
I know.
sandwich.
So I did all that, right? Second dish was fine. That went fine. Third dish was tomato soup, right? What could go wrong?
Fucking hell.
You open the tin, put it in the
What could
can.
go wrong, right?
What could go
So
wrong?
you've got to put chicken broth in the pan, right? Which is a bit fucking
We all
weird.
know that. We all know
think
that.
you
I
put
always put
tomato
chicken broth in tomato soup. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I know, right?
whatever.
That doesn't make sense.
so it's chicken broth,
Not
then
much of a
8
simulator.
tomatoes, 3 potatoes, and I can't believe an onion or something, and then some obviously seasoning, pepper, not Tabasco, cayenne pepper or something. So you do all that shit, right? And then you've got to blend it, right? So the stick blender finally comes in handy for something. So you give it all a big blend, right? And then, right? Now, if you were serving out of a big pan tomato soup, what would you use to get it out with?
A ladle?
A ladle. You'd think, buy a ladle.
I got it right.
No, you don't use a fucking ladle in this game. You just
spatula?
tip it. No, you just tip it out of the massive
Tip
pan
it, like
into
put
the
it in the
bowl.
tip?
Just gotta tip it. I'm like, what?
Okay,
the
that's
what?
weird.
So I tipped it, and he's like,
Sound clip for
weird.
that.
you need to tip, I don't know, 300 milliliters. Well, I got to 500, right? And then he's
Ah,
like,
shit. Throw it
I know,
away
yeah.
now.
So I thought it would be overflowed, but then the bowl
Way
just
too
looks
much soup.
empty again, right? Which I thought was a glitch. And then he
You have a
goes,
dribble bowl.
I don't know. Then he goes, serve the soup. The soup's ready to serve. Serve the soup. So I served the soup, and it's like, there was no soup. So
Oh,
the customer was
jeez.
not happy. I got like no stars for the fucking dish. And we
Serving
got
an
bad
empty bowl. What is
reputation.
this shit?
Oh.
The one, I look, some people say I'm a fussy eater, but if I order a soup, I like it to be in the bowl. Do you know what I mean? Like
Ooh.
Well, he wouldn't let me tip any more in. When I tried to tip some more in, none would go in.
I probably still wouldn't complain.
It sounds like this game is not designed very well.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, and
He
then
likes
goes,
it though. He likes it though.
next order, right?
It sucks and it's hard to play, but I love it.
Do another trout. And I'm like, I'm fucking
Duke.
done with
I
this
beg
shit.
your. Oh right, make another right. Okay.
Make another trout dish. I'm like,
I just want to
fuck it.
say, this game. I'm done.
This
What you
game
said?
is fucking terrible.
Nice.
It is nothing like a kitchen. It's
Well,
just,
that maybe you just have been blessed to work in kitchens that are happy places.
Yeah.
Well,
Where
maybe.
the soup goes into the bowl and it stays in the bowl.
Maybe the
Yeah.
soup. Use a fucking ladle, not a fucking tip it
Never
out of a
know.
massive pan. The fuck.
Well, so I'm sorry that it didn't work well for you. You did not enjoy Cooking Simulator.
And it's just too fiddly, right? Power wash
Yeah.
simulator.
Duke, do you mind, Duke? Do you want
I'm
to
on what? Oh yeah, okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, power washing
Thanks,
simulator. You just fucking clean shit.
Can we have a meeting, Duke?
Yes.
No, we won't.
No messing. Lawn mowing
Right.
simulator. You just cut shit.
Well,
No
to be
fiddling.
fair, on the lawn mowing simulator, you have to pick up stuff beforehand. You have to. I didn't realize there was one lawnmower where you have to set the thing down before you can engage the blades. You
Yeah.
have to use the edger. But I get your point. Most of this is not. It doesn't sound like the UI is designed very well.
What I would love though is if there is like a podcast somewhere where one of the three is cutting lawns for a living.
That's
and
his job.
And
yeah,
he's
and he's like, oh, it's
slagging.
fucking lawn
He's
mowing."
slagging that game off. And then he goes, have you tried this cooking simulator? It's fucking great.
It's awesome.
So here's the other thing I didn't
So much
mention, by the
fun.
way.
And the other
It's
guy's a
also
power
like-
washer. Fuck that shit.
It's like you've got to put on, right, 5 grams of salt or 5 grams of thyme or 5
What
grams
about a couple of
pepper.
shakes?
But
That's
you've
what-
got to
that's
keep
what you
doing
gotta-
it one click at a time with each one individually. And there was like 4
there
or
you
5
go.
ingredients.
Salt
You
Bay.
fucking is fucking like, fuck it. I
Fuck
can't be
it.
bothered standing here shaking shit on.
I don't. You see, like,
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Not happy.
Okay,
I want
so
me mo- I
thumbs
want my
down
money back.
on
I want-
Cooking
How much
Simulator.
did you spend on Cooking Simulator?
I spent my subscription on Game Pass and I want a
Right,
refund on my
right.
Game
So
Pass.
it was
for
free,
them
right?
subjecting
Gotcha.
me to this terrible piece of shit.
Okay.
I see. So
And here's
I'm
the
sorry
other
you
thing,
didn't
right?
like it.
Even
Piece
more,
of
right? There's a radio, so you can put radio on while you like prepping or whatever.
This is
And
important.
it has all these different stations, right? It doesn't matter which one you press because for whatever reason, it just plays the same playlist on a loop.
right. So what? The
Oh.
pattern here is this is bad, Stu.
It looks pretty cool, but,
But it's bad.
shit.
But it's
Yeah,
bad.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad.
There is
Thumbs
a
down,
VR
Cooking
version of
Simulator.
this, by the way.
Yeah. It's like Dear Esther. It looks pretty
I'm not
cool,
playing-
but it's shit. Yeah. Got it.
I'm not playing
Yeah.
20 quid on that, though. I'll tell you. I ain't paying 20 quid to play
Not
that
yet.
shit.
Wait till it goes down.
If,
No, I ain't
if
playing
Tara
Tell
caught me
us all
playing
about it.
this, it would be the end of our marriage.
It would. I bet it would. And so it should be.
Yeah, and so it should be. I wouldn't even be mad.
Okay.
She can have the lot. I wouldn't even divide up what we have. You can have it
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
because
Alright.
she wants me to cook more, and I'm like, I'm trying, but I'm also very
It's even like,
lazy.
right? Do you know what's quite funny about this game, right? You know,
I don't like
Gordon
I don't like the green line on the floor.
Yeah, to tell you where to go.
So it's like you got sat nav in the game. It's just a fucking kitchen.
Yeah,
What's
right.
funny, right? Gordon Ramsay,
Yes.
like most chefs, most modern ways of cooking,
Yeah.
right? You whatever the garnish is on the plate to make it look cool is edible and part of the dish,
Yes.
right?
I
This
would
is
hope so.
so. This is old school. Let's put a bit of parsley on, right? I remember years ago watching a show called Boiling Point, right, which was a documentary on
Not the
Gordon
boiling
Ramsay.
point with Stevie Graham. A different.
No, this is a different Boiling Point. So this was a documentary on Gordon Ramsay trying to get his third
Yeah.
Michelin star, right?
Yeah.
And basically, it had him on. Marco Pierre White was on it as well.
I think I've seen a clip of that because is he
It's
quite young?
fuck-
Is he very young?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. If you ever see it, it's so.
Because
funny
Marco
and, like,
Pierre was Gordon's sort of like teacher.
mentor.
Yeah, mentor. Yeah,
and, and he proper goaded him as well because he hadn't got one. So he was constantly taking the piss out of him because he didn't
Yeah.
have a third Michelin star. But he was doing some chef, like one of the lower down chefs was garnishing. And he put loads of parsley on it, right? And I can't remember who was Gordon. It might have been Marco Pierre White. It was one of them anyway. And he comes over and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? And the chef's like, "Oh, just to put me garnish on it." He's like, "If I fucking want a market gardener, I fucking employ a market fucking gardener." And he's chucking this parsley over his shoulders, like off this plate. And it's just like, why does this game have that shit? It's terrible.
Hmm.
Gordon would turn in his grave if he knew he was being
What?
compared
Like why?
in this game.
I've got a question for you, Stu.
Yes.
Why is the chef role
Yep.
like allowed to be a fucking arsehole? Like why is that ingrained in the culture of
It is-
being a
it's
chef in
not-
a kitchen?
It's not as much now as it used to be. It's
But
like I said last week. I've known chefs who took cocaine in London, who worked in London as chefs and
Yeah.
actually took cocaine.
Well,
to get
everybody
through the
takes
night.
cocaine in London. That's just what you do. in
Yeah,
London.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I've known that as an actual thing. you know, I've
I'm
known
half
chefs who do
joking,
that.
Duke. By the way, I'm half joking about that.
I believe you.
But it is that respect. It is that sort of I'm in charge. You do what I fucking say. And you
But
fucking
why
do
is it
now.
kitchen? Why is it? What about kitchens?
They just kind of got away with it.
Is it because
Kinda
It
no,
might
away
be
with it.
because people, like everybody eats, and people, if you're gonna get the best food, you can't have people slacking off about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's probably true also in the world of fashion, but we don't see that as much.
But it's
like,
not as
We
celebrated.
don't buy
I suppose.
3
Yeah.
pieces of clothing every day.
Yeah.
People eat 3 meals every day.
It's also what you've got to understand is, and I've worked in restaurants where we've done like 250 to 300 covers in a night.
Right. Covers
You know,
are
sort of
like
a person, a meal.
Song versions of songs
No,
that are
so
not
one
the
covers a meal.
Somebody
so
once told me. Right. Okay.
Like 300 to 400 meals.
Right.
You know, 350
We
meals.
can't
in
call
a
them
year.
meals. We gotta call them.
So
We can't call them
the
meals.
biz.
You cannot begin to imagine the pressure.
Yeah.
Like when you're in that environment.
Pressure.
I mean, there used to be 7 chefs, so there was a lot of us.
Yeah.
And we each all had our own station that we had to look after and whatever, you know. We had to
And green lines on the floor.
We each did our thing.
Yeah.
There was
And you had a
no-
cardboard
Entering
box
hour
that you
2
could.
of the discussion about cooking something. Go ahead.
You
You've
could,
got to
you could
understand.
buy your knives from a cardboard box as well in that kitchen. I assume.
But the check, you know, the check machine in Boiling Point, you know, the ticker machine. That's like
yes,
tick,
yeah,
tick, and it
the way
comes out
they
like a
put the
till roll.
receipt in. Yeah.
We used to have 2 what you call check grabbers, and they were basically like a metal strip with marbles in.
Right.
And obviously, you used to stick the checks in the check grabber as they came on, you know, and whoever was at the front would sort of shout out the orders, you know, would be like at the pass.
I'm finding this interesting, Duke. I genuinely am.
So they'd be like, you know,
I am too, but I would rather it be about 20%, a little more.
2 steaks, this, 1 chicken, whatever, fuck. And you should stick them all on, right? So they used to be probably on average, if both check grabbers were full, you'd probably be talking about 16 orders, probably 8 on each.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, the ticket machine
all the
had
cocaine you've got to take.
The ticket machine had a whole massive roll still waiting to be torn off.
Right.
So you'd literally be trying to get the orders away so you could get the next one on, and it was you can't kind of understand the pressure that was involved.
I suppose what you're saying is there's a lot of demand in a large kitchen like that, which then increases the pressure, which then then justifies the head chef or head chefs to like fucking come on, get on with it.
We need to get stuff out on time, and he needs to get. He is kind of almost like a conductor of an orchestra, and he's got to make sure, because not only that, but each person, say someone doing the fish takes less time than someone doing the steak, that takes less time to someone doing whatever.
Yeah.
So when you've got all these different people doing all these things at the same time to try and get them coordinated to go out together.
Yeah.
You've then got to make sure everything's ready at the pass, everything's hot for that table of 10 people, and every meal's done to the right standard for each of those people.
And sorry, Duke, to go on about. I find it genuinely interesting when Stu talks about.
It's fine. Just go ahead.
Boiling Point. Then, did you think that was pretty accurate? Did you think that was pretty good?
What I would say, right,
the movie, not the documentary.
The biggest thing I would say about Boiling Point is I've seen most of those situations and a lot of those stereotypes that they had in that restaurant.
What would be like the guy, the rude guy,
the full of himself customer who wants the most expensive wine. I've seen plenty of people like that who come in and the first thing they do is order the most expensive bottle of wine off the wine menu because they think they're the big I am.
Yeah.
Right, I've seen those people lots of times who want to be just an arsehole for the sake of it. Loads of those sorts of people. The food allergy thing, not as much, because back in the day when I was doing it, obviously that wasn't as big a thing.
And you're northern, so no one cares about allergies. But
no one gave a shit.
No.
Environmental health turning up. Everyone fucking hates it. I remember when I used to work in obviously a proper restaurant back in the day, if the environmental health came, it'd be like, get all the boxes out of the fridge. And everyone's running around getting all the cardboard boxes out of the fridge and stuff.
So pretty accurate then. Pretty accurate.
Overall, but not all of that stuff would happen in one night, thankfully.
No, but I suppose
I've seen most of those situations.
Yeah, but that like, you know, it's a movie, isn't it? And how much alcohol did you drink out of a...
I didn't, but I have worked again with alcoholic chefs. I used to work with a head chef who used to have about 7 pints on the go at the same time. So he'd have in every part of the kitchen he might be working, he had a pint there.
Nice.
You know, and by the end of the night, he was literally pissed.
Okay, we'll move on now, Stu. But I will quiz you about more.
You can quiz me all you like about chefing
another
because
time.
it's quite interesting.
I think we should have a section on the show where we just quiz each other about each other's jobs, because I find it quite interesting. I talk to these two every week. I barely know them parts of their lives. Yeah, I'm like, I want to talk to you about that.
I don't do that anymore, by the way. I couldn't do that now. That was when I was about 18.
Is that a young person's game?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think, but if you carry on doing that after 22, 23, you'll probably be single for the rest of your life and burnt out.
Yeah. Or on a lot of cocaine. Anyway.
Yeah, on a lot.
And when the person, your special sweetheart, makes you something for breakfast, you're like, "What the fuck are these eggs?"
I am actually quite a very young pussy. going out person. I'm not
I
very-
will believe that when I hear it from Kay.
It's true. I'm not very fussy when
You
I
can
eat
tell
out.
me all you want.
As long as it's nice, I'm all right.
Because we often have an image of ourselves that may not always be
I've
accurate.
eaten, but I've eaten out with Stu many times.
Am I fussy?
That's true.
No, I've never known you to be fussy at all.
That's
Like-
true.
not a
You've
fussy
complained
person.
about him being a cheapskate, but never being.
Yes,
fussy.
he's definitely tight. Yes.
Okay.
I
Yes.
am tight.
He's like, should we go
I've
for the
never
2-for-1
had
deal?
manifestation.
Can we? If we get there now, it's before 5 o'clock. We'll get a fucking hell, Stu.
I am very easygoing when it comes to eating out.
Yeah,
I'm
he
very
doesn't. He
rarely-
doesn't go to. He doesn't go.
When it comes to windows in hotels, that's a different story.
Oh my
but,
god,
yeah.
is he fussy?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to defend Stu here, Duke, because
Go ahead.
that hotel, I have to work next to it sometimes because there's a theatre next to that hotel.
Yes.
That hotel, I've seen the back of it. I've seen, and everybody talks about how that is the worst hotel in Wolverhampton. Like, it really
Okay.
has a bad reputation of being the shittest hotel in Wolves.
Yeah.
And do I regret sending Stu to it? No, I don't. Would I do
know
it
what
now?
I-
No, I wouldn't do it now. But
Do you know what I say, Chinny?
Yeah.
You should experience everything once in your life, and I definitely experienced that hotel.
I don't know about
once.
getting stabbed in the eyeball. I'm okay with not experiencing that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd probably agree with you there.
Pooing in space,
So many
though.
things, but not
Yeah.
everything.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so cooking simulator
Okay.
is a no-go.
It's a no-go.
Right.
Don't
Got
even
it.
bother putting on cloud gaming.
Fucking get out of
Okay.
it.
Got it.
Duke, it's over to you. And he said Chinny again. Then he's got nothing else to talk about.
Nothing.
Brotato.
I'm a potato.
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League and Minecraft. Dinkum, I actually started a new playthrough of Dinkum. I was thinking about waiting for a new update when it comes out. The first major update is supposed to happen eventually, but I didn't. But I started a new playthrough of Dinkum because when I played it the first time, my whole city was over on the far extreme eastern end of the island, and now I'm going to spread out more when I do it this playthrough, kind of.
Nice.
But anyway. Yeah, so I wanted to do a new playthrough of Dinkum, and I am, and it's fun. But then I've been playing that. I started a new little village in Minecraft. What do you mean, Duke? You can't abandon this towny town that you've built up? And I didn't. I started a new outpost. No one cares. I know. I'm going to keep moving. But I got to Sunday, and I realized I hadn't played anything other than Rocket League, Minecraft, and Dinkum. And I don't have anything new to say about those games, really. So I fired up some of the demos that I had downloaded many years ago. Not years, literally, but a while ago. So the first one is called Brotato. And you're a potato, bro.
Nice.
And
I like it.
How to describe this game? Well, you remember those other games we played where it shoots by itself and you just run around and there's lots and lots of enemies all over the screen and you
So like
level
Vampire
up between
Survivor, sort of that.
that
sort of
one,
thing. Right.
yes. I don't like these games.
I know.
Why did I download this?
I don't know.
Because I wanted to compare and contrast it to the vampire one.
Yeah.
It's a lot like the vampire one, except it's more cutesy.
Yes.
It's more.
It
kinda
looks
goofy
like it's in the
looking.
style, and it might be, of the people that did sort of Castle Crashers.
Yeah,
sort of
it's
that
just
kinda-
it's trying to be like that, like kind of sketchy, meaning it looks like it's sketched by people in kind
Yeah.
of a hurry. Cartoony.
Yeah.
The monsters are just blobs, pretty much. I mean, you're a potato, so like that's also you're also a blob. There are a lot of
I'm a
blobs
potato.
in this game. Lots and lots of weapons. By the time I was on like the 4th round, I had like 6 weapons. I had a gun, I had some magic wand, I had fists, I had this, I had that.
So what is it? So you didn't like Vampire Survivor either? Is that right?
I don't like these games because
Why?
there's not. What are you really doing? You're just moving around.
Did you
trying
like?
to stay out of the way of the monsters? But you don't get to determine where you shoot, how often you shoot, what you shoot.
Well, that's a skill.
Do you like the pacifism mode in Geometry Wars 2?
No, I didn't. I wasn't. I mean, Geometry Wars in general, it wasn't really my thing. But there was something to be said for the parts where you're aiming.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
Do
for
you
games
not
where
think
you're
there's?
trying not to get
I'm
hit.
trying to really.
I mean, bullet hell shooters in general aren't my thing because
No.
you get touched once and you're dead. Now this
Yeah.
game has health meters, but you touch 5 times or whatever.
So, but there is some sort of skill to it. You do have to learn,
sure.
like what these power-ups do. You have to learn because
Yeah,
that last one
that's
where you had a
fine.
shotgun, it looks like it only shoots the nearest person, and then some
Yeah.
weapons shoot left and like. Do you not think that's enjoyable or?
No, not for me. It's
No.
not. I mean, because you're right that that's a skill of it, I suppose. But in order to really develop it, you would have to play the game through a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to play this game through any time.
No.
So, whatever. Like, look, it might be fun for some people. It really is not for me. I played like 2 run-throughs, and I was like, I'm done. So, it's a free demo on Steam. If you like these kinds of games, you might want to check it out.
Yeah.
But
It
I
is
just-
very similar to Vampire Survivor.
It is. I
Yes,
mean,
it
I would say Vampire Survivor is better because
Well, it's never ending, isn't it? Whereas
it's
this is
never
waves.
ending, yeah. But it is cute. I will give it that.
Yeah, it does look
it's
good.
cute. I agree with that. So, that's Brotato.
Brotato.
I quite like the look of Brotato. Right, I'll talk about something else because I finished Stray this week.
Stew.
Oh, the cat game.
Oh yeah.
Are you okay, Stu?
Yeah.
Yes, the Stray is done.
Okay.
And
did it tug at your heartstrings? Was it really heartbreaking and sad?
It was, yeah, it was kind of sad at the end, gotta say.
Yeah.
A little bit sad at the end.
They
I didn't
all
cry.
die.
I didn't cry, just to mention. I didn't.
Okay.
But
It would be okay if you did, but
I know it would be because it's quite an emotional game.
Alright.
I was quite impressed actually. I thought the ending was really, really good. I thought the explanation for what the hell was going on was really, really good. And there is a super, super cool bit at the end.
which you can't tell us about.
Which I can't really tell you about if you're going to ever play this game. But I was just like, that is super, super cool. It's so good.
Okay.
And I like the ending. I just like the ending. The ending was neat. It was tidy. It made sense. It was
How
nice.
long are we talking for Stray?
6 hours. 6 hours. It's on my Steam account, so if you want to give it a go,
And it's
Chinny, you
20 bounds, is it? Is it 20 pounds?
Yeah, but I say you can play for free. It's on
I
my
can,
Steam.
yeah, but like I'm talking about the audio. I'm thinking. of
Yeah,
the
24
audience.
quid it is or something.
24
pounds.
Let me
Worth
Google
every penny, I would have said.
Yeah.
It got a little bit inside towards the end. Some of the puzzles and stuff and what stuff you had to do. A lot of timing stuff involved. Lots of things with sentry bots and things like that with scanners and stuff that you had to avoid and using obviously scenery to do that.
Yeah.
But I really like the characters. What I really think was really well done was just the characters in the game. You know, I was going to say people, but not really people. They're like androidy things. I don't even know what you call them. But the sort of
Android.
robots,
Dream of electric sheep.
robots. The robots you meet along the way are kind of what make the game what it is. Because they've all got their own little
Affirmative.
individual... Yeah, exactly. But what they seem to have developed over the millennia as they've been trapped underground and stuff is just this sort of personalities and stuff, which is kind of cool. And I like to get the way the game's structured, you know, because it's almost like they're kind of sentient robots, I guess. You know, they sort of have feelings and understanding of stuff. But they're scared of the outside world because that's what they were programmed to be. You know, these things these things don't want to go outside because they're worried that they're going to die if they go outside.
So you'd be pleased to know, Stu, that on Metacritic with the critic reviews, there are no negative reviews of this game.
I'm not sure. It's cool.
However, it's sitting on an 83 Metascore, which is pretty good. It's got 12 mixed, the lowest reviewed. I don't know, we're sort of picking on the lowest reviewed. Actually, the very, very lowest reviewed is really stupid, but the lowest from that is
fuck cats. It just says
fuck cats, not literally, just fuck them. Is 60, and it's hard to perfectly encapsulate what Stray really sets out to do, as it's a jack of all trades, but unfortunately a master of none of them. Certain parts of the game are near masterclass, like its stealth sections, but finds itself lost within its own identity too often and misses the mark more often than one occasion. Now that I'm picking on like a very low score review, but would you say that's valid or not? Because most of the reviews here are like very, very positive about it.
I would have said there are parts of the game that are generic, and you can see, you know, those types of gameplay in a lot of other games you may have played in the past. So I would agree with that, I guess. But it's just got charm about it.
Charm.
And I think that's what makes it what it is. And just the way the cat's animated and, you know, the cat's personality.
Well, the game sort of lives or dies on that, really, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's-
definitely. And, you know, I'm not a cat person.
No, because they're awful.
I don't like cats. I'm not keen on cats. I would never have a cat as a pet.
No, they're gross.
I just don't like cats much.
They are evil.
But, you know, I have been turned a little bit with this animated cat because I kind of like it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Cats are funny to watch when they step on foil or wearing shoes. I get a lot of amusement out of them.
Exactly. Or if you put a snake, like a rubber snake next to it.
Yeah, they hate that shit.
Funny.
I love all
That's
that
kinda
stuff.
funny.
I love all that stuff. Funny cat videos. I'm all about them. Love them.
Yeah.
So they have given me a lot of entertainment, cats. So maybe I can appreciate this game because cats have given me such entertainment, even though they're evil beings.
It doesn't. The other thing I would say is it doesn't outstay its welcome. 6 hours is a nice amount of time.
It's a nice pace. Nice pace.
Yeah.
You'd also be pleased to know that this game has basically got a lot of 10 out of 10s. One of the 10 out of 10s is the Washington Post, Stuart.
Wow. Oh, there you go.
Post, it says it doesn't try to make any grand statements about mankind's hubris or short-sightedness, innovation. I don't know, whatever.
Wapo.
Instead, it walks you through a living, breathing city where robots have molded their own society from the ashes of another.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, impressions that will stick with you long after the game ends. So, mostly very, very positive reviews.
It's good. It is really good. Totally recommend it. It's gonna possibly at this point be in my top 3, I guess, along with...
Sure.
You know...
It ain't all this year, is it?
No. As Dusk Falls and this at the moment are in my top 3.
I mean, As Dusk Falls might be in mine, but I'm not impressed by it. Like, not that I'm not impressed. I'm like, is that the best we can do?
I don't know. I really liked it.
I know you really liked it, but those types of games aren't my type of games. If you know what I mean, like they're like.
Well, the fact you appreciate it is quite impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, yeah, I liked it. It was a good one of those games. I don't really like those games, but yeah, it's fine. Cool. Stray,
definitely worth a play.
Stray.
Just do a play. Just play it. Just play it.
Everyone should play it.
Just play it. Just play it. Buy it. Play it.
What's kind of interesting for me with this game is it's not available on Game Pass. It is available on PSN Plus.
It's only on the PS4, isn't it? Or
PS4
and Steam.
And Steam.
Yeah, it's a console exclusive.
So if you haven't got a PlayStation, you haven't got PS Plus. If you have a PlayStation, you've got to buy this game, either on Steam or PlayStation. So I could easily say to buy it.
I think they've missed a trick, really. I think they should include this on the PlayStation, whatever it's called.
No, it is. It's on PS Plus.
Is it on the subscription service?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, so they have done that. It is on the service. But I don't know whether it's just if it's on the basic one or if it's on the higher tier, I don't know. But I do know it is because that's how Antonio's played a bit of it. Is via the PS5 subscriptions thing. So there you go.
Okay.
Totally worth a play.
There you
Give
go.
it a go. It's pretty good.
Go. Stray. Don't stray from this recommendation.
It's on if you subscribe to either PS Plus Extra or PS Plus Premium, you can play Stray with.
Yeah, I didn't think it was on the basic one. It's on the two.
It's on the there's 3, isn't there? So it's on the second one.
It wasn't. So maybe they kind of went.
It's on
second and third tier.
It's on like silver and gold.
And gold,
bronze,
yeah. Not on bronze.
Cool. Cool.
It is
cool,
good though.
cool,
Totally worth a play.
All right, fuck Stray.
Right.
What we got, dude?
Yeah. Subterranean Mines of Titan.
What?
Yeah, this is another demo that I played. I've been playing a lot of demos lately. It's really kind of interesting.
It's 'cause they're
I'm not
free.
stalling for time just so I could play this. It's a demo. All right, so this is an RPG in which I don't even know what you do, because here's how it begins. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You drift aimlessly through the dark expanse. I had to look it up so I could read it to you verbatim. Okay. You cannot feel nor hear. The movement that you appear to be seeing in the distance is indistinct and subtle. Every moment feels circular, leading back to the last. Your thoughts are disjointed, separated.
Right.
That's the opening text when you're in some cryo tank. As you attempt to recollect how you got here, you have an epiphany. You've had an epiphany about this exact thought in the past. You discover the concept of sound once again as an overpowering whirring enters your ear, a jolt, and then a pulse. You begin to feel the beat in your core. Shut up! What is this? It just goes on and on and on and on. And then eventually they get you out of the cryo tank. And then it's like, you need to go to the pub. And you try to leave the room and then put some clothes on. And we're like, I guess I need to put some clothes on. So you go looking in the little, containers in the room, and then you put some clothes on. And then it says, oh, this robot here will tell you how to get to the pub. And you go to the thing and it says map, and you look in the map and there's like no indicator of where you're supposed to go. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm done.
Wow.
It's so weird. It's so stupid. It's so badly made. I was so mad. The person clearly, the team, whoever, they put a lot of time into this, but the game experience was so frustrating. I was just like, what? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe in the 17 paragraphs that I skipped of the text, oh, it looks like you're feeling better. I want to give moving around a try again. It'd be nice if we could get some clothes on. No offense. Behind the screen next to the sinks, there's a box of the spare change of clothes. Help yourself. Maybe in the 17 paragraphs, there was some instructions about how to get to where I needed to go, but nah. So this
for people,
is shit.
To visualize this game, by the way, it's like a kind of top-down RPG, like 2D top-down RPG with lots of text.
Yep.
Yeah.
And graphics are fine. The aesthetics looked okay. It's just so tedious. The people who write, look, people, if you're writing a video game, you have to understand, most people do not want 17,000 paragraphs when they're trying to play a video game. I mean, look, I wonder if this is how it was back in the day and it just things have changed. My attention span may have gotten shorter. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think back in the day, they knew that like the key to a game is the game bit. So I was just really frustrated and thumbs down on Subterranean Mines of Titan. Don't bother playing the demo. Like seriously, I couldn't spend more than 20 minutes in the demo. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
It was just so annoying.
Sounds it. Don't play that game then.
Nope.
Terrible.
Stay away. Yep.
Really?
Terrible.
Wow.
Yep. What else you got, Stu?
So I played the game for the first time the other night because Millie has been playing this extensively with Adam while she's been isolating, and obviously he's at his house or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is Fall Guys.
Okay.
Yes. That's what the kids are playing.
Never played it. Thought, give it a go.
I played this.
Everyone's playing. It's free now.
It's free to play.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a lot of fun.
It's
It is
a lot
basic.
of fun.
It's a knockout.
Yeah.
It's kind of what this is, but
yeah.
because Millie's like, oh, it's like total wipeout, right? Because that's what she relates to. And I'm like, nah, it's more like it's a knockout. Because do you remember? Are you old enough to remember it's a knockout, Chinny?
Kind of remember
So
it, yeah.
the big deal with It's a Knockout, unlike Total Wipeout, was they had to dress in these stupid foam suits, with massive heads or little legs or whatever. So they had to try and negotiate these assault courses, dress in ridiculous outfits to try and get to the end in a race. And that's kind of what this game is, crossed with Total Wipeout, I guess.
That's right.
Because the way obviously your figure moves, it isn't terrible. It's not like QWOP standard.
No,
you know
but
what I mean?
You don't have full control.
No, you do have enough control though. You don't feel like it's unfair.
Janky. It's janky, but it's not impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Let me ask you this question: compared to the totally accurate delivery service, whatever game we played, is it more or less janky than that?
No, it's definitely less janky than that, and infinitely more fun than that. Okay.
I can't play it, but I've got a random still of It's a Knockout on the screen coming up. So
that
I think you would agree here. Let me play a millisecond of it. That's enough.
There you go.
That kind of looks like Fall Guys.
That's what I mean. They used to. It's a Knockout was obviously traditionally they made them. Why are you only allowed to play a bit of it? Is it copyright?
Yeah, we'll get absolutely arse fucked.
Really?
By Mr. BBC
Yeah.
will be coming down here, knocking my door.
Knocking your door down.
Yeah, knock my door down.
So it's kind of more like it's Knockout, in my opinion, but obviously a bit more fantastical. And it's a lot of fun. You know, I did get to the last 13 the second time I tried, which I was kind of impressed with, but then I died. But it is getting to that. And I did watch a couple of times until, you know, because you can carry on spectating even when you're out. And then you watch the end game, and it is kind of funny. One was a bit like Bomberman.
Yeah.
So they had to throw these like balls with faces on that exploded, and at the same time as they were doing that, bits of the floor kept disappearing.
Yeah.
Aye.
This could be. Can you lobby up in this game?
Yes, so you can play in squads as well. So Millie was playing in a squad of 4, yeah.
4.
Squad of 4. Yeah, so she was playing in a squad of 4. So, but then you're reliant on everybody getting through each round.
Right.
So that is quite. It gets a bit more tricky. Apparently, her boyfriend has never won one, but has been in the last 2 of quite a few times.
Sure he has. Sure he has.
So
Bit
close.
like PUBG. Yeah, so close, but so far.
Yeah. I believe him. I mean,
but Millie's been playing this every night with him.
Yeah.
You know, and she was a bit miffed because they haven't, like in the last couple of nights, they haven't managed to get into the final event, if you will.
Yeah.
But he's quite clever, you know, and it's fairly random. You know, you do play the same games again and, you know, and again sometimes.
It's interesting. This game's had an interesting journey, really, because it came out and it was really, really hyped when it came out. And then it fell off quickly. But now that it's free to play and available on everything and cross-play and all this sort of stuff, it's had this like second wave.
Yeah, definitely. It's had a second wind.
By the way, what you said is a lot like Jenna Maroney on 30 Rock.
This is so tandem.
Random. They're saying random, Jenna.
So there you go. Yeah, I totally recommend it. I mean, it's free. Never played it. I might
Just play it. Just play it.
Everyone should play it again.
Just play it.
I might give it another go.
Or don't, you know.
Or don't, you know, because it's free, so it doesn't matter. They don't care.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to buy loads of, I don't know, costumes and hats and stuff. And skin.
And why wouldn't you buy a lot of costumes and hats and stuff? Yeah.
That's how they made the cash, man.
They should bring
cash.
a knockout back. I'm just watching bits of it.
I love it. It's a knockout. It was so good. You said they had the whole royal family did one episode of that?
Did they really?
Yeah. So they had Prince Edward. They had Princess Anne.
Was Andrew involved?
I think he might have been
because as you know, he doesn't sweat, does he?
No, doesn't sweat, so he'd have been perfect for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the person who was trying to knock Diana out, they went a little too far with it.
Too soon, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
Too soon.
That's
they got a lot.
funny.
That's
not
Yeah,
funny.
I
No, she's a treasure. Dude.
She took action against landmines. She was fucking awesome. Why did she, of all the people in the family that have to go, why her?
Yeah.
Why not someone who sits around all day and does
This is why I
nothing for the
can't
world?
believe in God, right? Because he's like, God.
Really? That's it? Not the Civil War in the Democratic
no.
Republic of Congo, which has taken
this.
5 million
It's just
lives over the last 20 years?
Just this, Duke, right? He
blonde
goes,
woman.
so on the whiteboard, God, we've got Killer Royal Member. So I've got a perfect one for you. He's a nonce. He deserves to die.
He's a pedophile.
And then we got another one here. What about that Diana woman? Like, oh, she's like, you know, saving the landmines. She's very like relatable.
She's not saving
lovely.
the landmines.
She's
saving the idea. Like, no, save the landmines.
She's saving the landmines. She wants to keep them where they are.
Cuddly little landmine. She's hugging the little landmine.
She loves them.
You're gonna be okay.
Saving people from the landmines.
Right.
I like the sound of her. Let's kill her.
Keep
like,
her.
where is
let's
she?
Get her out of there.
She's in France. But like,
the twist is God loves landmines.
yeah. See,
So,
he's all
he was
about
mad.
it. He's all
Get
about
that bitch out of my landmines. I want to see kids lose their legs.
He likes the pretty lights when they blow up, apparently. That's what
Yeah. All right, are we ready to move on to the next game?
So yeah, but I was going to say before I finish though, the Queen apparently didn't want them all to take part because she didn't think it was very
she's
royal.
a miserable old
It was
bitch.
very royal. What do you mean? Philip,
Yeah.
Oh, we can't. Philip,
Dad, why don't you go to the south of France and have another affair on top of
Andrew, you can't possibly do that show.
Mind you, Princess Anne was
Should've
up
get the
for
upper class
anything. I
twit
mean,
of the
she
year.
did all sorts of stuff.
Princess
She was
Anne
proper,
was
like-
a slag.
She was Princess Margaret. She'd do anything for a grin.
Who's dead? Is Anne dead?
No, Margaret's dead.
Margaret's dead.
Princess Margaret's dead.
Margaret's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, Princess
I don't
Anne's
care
still
about the
kicking
royal
as far
family.
as I know.
I mean, I know they bring a lot of tourism, but I don't really care about them. Whatever.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm sure they're fine. Harry seems like a nice guy. I don't know. Who cares?
No, he doesn't. He's a total prick.
Why?
Because he just is. He's just
Why?
like, I don't know. He just seems like a bit of a prick these days.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
What's your beef?
Although I did hear some rumor the other day
What?
about Prince. God, what's his brother?
William.
William.
Does he like
Pronounced Will I Am.
Yeah.
William's into some
Prince
weird,
Will I
kinky
Am
stuff apparently.
Yes, I've got a name for the episode. Got it. What was that, Stu?
William's into some weird kinky stuff.
Is he?
Well, if you heard
Apparently
that, I mean,
so.
when has a rumor ever been incorrect?
Apparently.
Like butt plug stuff.
Yes, that is exactly.
Is that
what he's
actually
into.
it? I have no idea what it
That
is.
actually true. Yeah, apparently he's into some weird kinky stuff. And
You know what though? I almost said butt plug stuff before you said kinky stuff, and
Yeah.
that would have been even more impressive.
yeah, apparently some
one
weird kinky
gives a
stuff,
shit.
and apparently. Kate just turns a blind eye to it. Just says like, I ain't
Crack
doing all
on.
that kinky shit. Just crack on.
Crack on.
Just
With
go do it
whom?
somewhere else. With whoever he does it with.
Somewhere
Who
Crack
knows?
on.
Whoever he does
Andrew,
it with.
Andrew walks in. I'll join. Not you, Andrew.
And I said, Kate told me this story, right? And I'm not sure it's true, but I said like,
But I might as well tell everyone.
what the hell is going on with
Yeah.
our family?
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
Well, it's everybody knows. It's these Germans. They're into that kind of stuff.
Who knows? It's just some weird.
What the fuck
shit
is
going
wrong
on.
with German people, as they said in the South Park?
Weird shit, man. I'm telling you.
Weird
Right.
stuff.
All right. Video games. Now on to the next one.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about video games.
Yes.
Right.
I have more fun talking about the
Fuck
other
the
stuff.
bloody
but yeah.
Royals.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's yet another demo that I played because I was like, okay, those two can't be all.
Yeah, pattern here.
I need to have a game that
I accused Stu of being really tight and but Duke spent some money.
Well,
on buying it.
I've got games. No, it's not money tight this week. It's time tight because I had to do some stuff earlier today, and then I had like an hour before I had to do the show. So I didn't have a lot of time because I've had the Room 4 for months, and it's been in my zero plays shelf, and I'm like, I'll play that at some point. Now I got to start getting ready for school next week, so I don't know when I'm going to play it. I should have played it during the summer. I should have played a bunch of stuff. I should have finished Batman. I should have played Star Wars Fallen Order. I haven't played any of that.
No.
But I got a new Dinkum going.
Before you go on, Duke, actually, Stu
Yes?
Lecky's in the chat, who we haven't seen for a long time.
What up, Stu Lecky?
Stu Lecky, but he says, I can give you my Steam Deck chat. I don't think you need to do that, really.
I thought we were done with the Steam Deck.
Well, we'll just mention what Stu said in the chat.
Right, go ahead. He said,
By the
I
way,
can
he's
give you
got a
mine. Great when
name.
it
Can
works,
you
but
just
all
say
too
he's got a
often it
great
doesn't
name?
work.
Great name.
Right.
Yeah, what do you mean by it doesn't work is what I want to know. What's
Doesn't
going
work.
down? What's going down, man?
It falls apart. The
What happens? What's happening?
controller falls off.
Yeah, this is
and then the
not
batteries
full.
seep out. They turn to liquid.
I don't know.
It doesn't work because PC gaming is
Analog
stupid.
stick just fall off.
Oh, PC gaming's awesome. Mobile PC gaming is stupid.
Right.
Oh, I see what
All
you
right.
did there.
While we wait for him to respond in the chat with a
let's wait for him
3-minute
to
delay,
respond.
let me tell you about this other demo that I played.
Yes, please.
Because I looked at oh my God, my issue is lack of Linux knowledge. Why should you need to have any Linux knowledge?
Well, I think it's if you start wanting to put emulators on it and other stuff, you need some Linux.
I love this.
to do that.
I've got a Steam Deck. I can play any game on my PC. I can play it on my handheld device here. What could I play from the PS2?
I don't know. That's what people are doing with this thing.
It makes no sense to me.
Well, it's interesting, right? I've got loads of free games on Epic Games Store, so I was like, I wonder if you can play those. We can play
I wonder
those.
if I can play those. I don't want to play them on my PC, but maybe I want to not play them on my handheld PC.
It's like this is the conundrum. It's like, yeah, I know I can play millions of games, but I want to play 10 million games.
Yeah, totally.
I guess. I just don't.
Yeah,
get it.
that's basically what he said. He said try integrating Origin, Epic, Ubisoft, etc. And fucking hell, it's an
Well, that's hard enough to do on Steam. To do it on a handheld.
Well,
Steam,
the
I
trouble
think
is because
would
it's
be
not a
more
Windows
so.
operating system, it's even tougher because it's Linux.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't play some of the many, many games that you have on Steam.
I've got millions of Steam games to be fair,
As
so
it
I'm not
works.
short of games to play.
Probably very well on that. I want to
Yeah.
do other things that are not supposed to be done on this.
No, well, you can still
All right,
do them. It's
anyway.
just a lot of workarounds to get there.
Fair enough. So I looked on my list of demos and I was like, all right, this one I'm expecting to have some fun with it because it's purely fun. The game is called Say No More.
Say no more.
Except that it should be pronounced Say No More. And it's all about having fun telling people no, right? Because a lot of people in our day-to-day lives, they say they need a hand with something. Could you help me move? Would you, provide me with a ride to the airport? Whatever. We go along to get along.
Yeah.
Not all of us, but many of us.
Say
so
no
this
more.
game, right? Say no more. So the fun, of course, is you just everybody who comes up, no, just no, I'm not doing that, no. And the story is you're an intern at this company, and of course they're giving you all this shit work. So at first you're like, okay, and then it's like, no, just say no. It's just fine.
Right.
But it's built around this whole story. Oh my God! Once again, like, let's take this cute little tiny concept and make people sit through this agonizing cutscene of the boss talking about, oh, you're going to love it here in this. I think it's made by a German company because the English is not like fluid.
You'll take your lunch from Fluffen and go to work, yes?
Hey, that dude
almost.
is
It's not
hit.
the accent. It's the if I like to have your lunch in my hand for me, intern, and it's just like that's not how people talk.
Would you
So
like
it's
a
just
butter
weird.
plug on?
And it's just, and the whole thing is like, and you have these other two interns who are like really eager to please, so they're like, yes, I will do it, yes, okay, and you're just, I don't know, and then you find this tape. Like, what makes you say no? It's that you find this Walkman, and there's this tape, and then there's this whole other cutscene of this guy who's like, you need to have confidence, you need to say no, and then it's like, push this button to say no. It's like, space. Okay, space. And your character goes, no. It's like, now you have the power to say no. And then you can do cold no, or you can do angry no. So cold no is like, no, no, no. And then angry no is no. And then it's like, you can clap at them too. It's like, why are you clapping at what? And then you can laugh at them. Like, laughing is fine. Okay, like, yeah, you want me to make copies for you. And then, I mean, but to be honest though, hang on. If you're an intern, like, that is your job, is to make copies. Maybe not getting people coffee and stuff, but like making copy. I imagine that's part of your job. So it's just weird. And then you go and you say,
can I ask a question? Because can you do an empathetic no?
No.
No, not really.
No. There's cold no and there's angry no, and that's it.
Oh.
And you can clap or you can laugh, and that's it. And sometimes you have to laugh at them first, and then you can go no. And of course, when you say no, they go flying against the wall or whatever. And then there's like a boss. You get past all these workers, and then you go to the boss. And meanwhile, the dude took your lunchbox, and you're trying to get the lunchbox back, so you keep running after him, and he hides behind the boss. And it's not like the boss of the company; he's just the boss of the level or something. And you say no to him because you don't have many things you can do. And then it goes to another cutscene. It's like, some people aren't affected by no. That's why you need to challenge. You need to strengthen up your no. And it's like, oh, now there's like an anger meter or something, and you have to like hold it down and no. It's like. It could be a cute little thing if they didn't take themselves so seriously.
I think it's a concept that got made into a game that should never have happened.
No, because look, if they made this game, no, wait.
No.
If they made this game into like a 10-minute thing, and all you did was start out unable to say no, and then the guy's like, you need to say no more, and then that was like, it took 5 seconds to do that cutscene, fine. But the fact that it takes like 3 minutes. To learn how to say no.
I'm enjoying the I forgot that kinetic word.
Kinesthetics.
I'm enjoying the kinesthetics of the characters in the cutscenes.
Yeah, they're aware of their movements.
They're very.
I mean, that's fine. It's just.
Yeah, they know where the muscle mass is and the body parts at any one time.
I just wasn't expecting much of that, as much as I was like just pushing no and making people fuck off. And that's the thing. If I spent 10 minutes with this demo, probably 2 minutes tops was me actually saying no and getting people out of my way. The rest of it was these cutscenes. And then you finally corner the dude who took your lunchbox, and he's in the office of the people who run the company, and they're like, why are you here? And he's like, oh, I'm just telling this intern to leave me alone. And then you go, no. And then you get your lunchbox, and they're like, you should be the supervisor on the floor now because you have confidence. And it's like, what? That's not how.
See, you're just going to keep saying no to everyone. That's how you get a promotion.
So do you want the job? And then of course you say yes, which makes no
Oh,
sense.
so you
'cause
don't say
should
no?
no.
What?
Right. Yeah. It's just like it's kind of cute and fun in in the basic, the gameplay loop is cute, but there's so little of it. It's just very
It
frustrating.
looks terrible, Duke.
No.
This game looks
I
like
wanted to like
piece of
it.
shit.
I really wanted to like it.
It really
I wanted to
does.
like all 3 of these, but really,
It's just a piece of shit, Duke.
I knew that Brotato
You
wasn't
call
going to be my cup
me
of
for
tea, but I
trying
wanted to
to
make sure.
like, justify a game's existence.
Hey, I played these games because I wanted to have something new to talk about. I could have been talking about Dinkum for another half an hour, but I knew you'd get mad at that. So be happy that I tried something new.
Wow, I'm just saying it.
Go ahead, say it.
I don't even know what to say. This game's
I know,
terrible.
right? Say no.
I could say no to this fucking game. No.
Yes,
No
do
more
say no
no.
to this game.
No more. No.
No,
Just
say no to say no more. Right.
Just say no. Like,
All right,
Jamo
you got anything
did
else,
back
Stu?
In the 80s. Yes, I have actually, because
All right.
Even with this incredible heat, for the sake of the show,
Yes.
I played a VR game this week.
What a
Oh,
hero.
for the sake of the show, we're so
What
glad.
sake
hero.
Thank
Of talking
God.
about this excellent new technology, right? I thought, you know what? I'm a bit like, need to chill with all this COVID cack and I can't go out. So I'm going to play a bit of VR fishing because why not? But, oh, fucking boy, has that game changed.
Oh, yeah? It's no longer a fishing game.
It is a fishing game.
You just say no
Oh.
all the time.
But I want to just
Can
say
I catch a
no
fish? No.
to the new mechanics in real VR fishing. Because what they've
Really?
done, they've tried to make it more realistic, right?
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
And it's like, I'm kind of okay with that, I guess. But they've made it a bit boring, right? Because
Well,
now
fishing
when
is boring.
Fishing.
well, yeah, but this didn't used to be because you used to
not
cast
boring in
a
Dinkum.
line. In about 3
Yeah.
seconds, you had a bite. Then you had a big fight with a fish. Then you reeled the
Yeah.
buggering thing in.
Like
You
a
know,
fist,
and then
yeah, you
it
had
was
like a fist fight with a fish.
Yeah, you had a bit of a fight, like you've
Or
got to
as we call it, a
blade
fish
on
fight.
line and all that stuff. Yeah, fish fight.
Right.
I like that. You've got to go backwards and forwards and all that stuff and get it tired, and then you can finally reel it
Yeah.
in and catch it, whatever.
Sure.
Now it's like you've got to keep on casting until you get it near enough to something to take a bite, and it sinks to the bottom of the lake, and it's got a depth thing now, so you can actually see the depth of the lake. So you can see your finger at the bottom, and if it's not near enough to a fish, then they don't bother with it, and you've got to reel it in a bit and try and get it close to one of the fish. Oh, so I think they've actually made it so it's more difficult to catch fish, and it's more realistic to fishing in the fact that you have to sit there sometimes for 10 or 15 minutes before you get a bite.
Fuck that.
But it's a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get that, right? I do. And the only things I caught were crap. Like, I've caught some pretty decent fish in the past when I've been playing it, pretty big fish. Now it were like minnows and stuff, or goldfish or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I love the aesthetics. I love the areas. It looks great. It's like being somewhere real. That's cool and everything.
Right.
But I want to catch some fish.
Sure.
I don't want to catch nothing.
I mean, I suppose the counter argument is the harder it is to catch a big fish, the more satisfying it is when you do.
I guess. You see, the only thing I would say is it does seem there's a lot of places unlocked, because what you used to have to do in the past was you either got experience points, which allowed you to get better equipment, or you got points to unlock like new locations and stuff.
Right.
So I do think they've unlocked more locations instead of, so that you're not as like, oh, this is a bit of a bitch because I can't now unlock more locations because I can't catch enough fish quick enough to do that, and I'm still fishing in the same spots all the time.
I got you.
So I do think they've done that. It's still cool, but I need to play it more because I felt totally lost.
Yeah.
I almost felt like it was a whole new game. Like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Or
how long had it been since you played it?
Oh, a long time. Probably quite a long time. Probably a good 6-8 months. I believe the new mechanics update was done in sort of this year in Feb 2022. So I think that's when they did the new update. And obviously I hadn't played it till well before that date. Yeah. So I mean, I've got to give props to the developers because they are constantly updating this game.
Well, for the worst though, it sounds like.
No, I think yes and no. I think it depends how you look at it, I suppose. They've added a whole host of new locations. They've added like a load of like beach settings, so you can do like beach fishing and stuff like that. They've added boat settings like in the sea, so you can do like sea fishing in a boat. They've added multiplayer, so you can play with other people, so you can play together, like and fish together in the same location. And it looks beautiful. I mean, they have really nailed, like, the new ones look great. I mean, the old ones look really good, but these look better than ever. You know, the new locations and the sort of the photogrammetry or whatever the hell it is they use to create this stuff. It does look amazing. You do feel like you stood in this place, which is so cool. But I don't know. I need to play some more. I'm not going to say it's broken now compared to how I liked it before, but I just need to play more of this game, I think, and just sort of
play more.
Get my head around the new mechanics and just see whether it's just me who's not just understanding how to play it anymore. Don't know. So we'll see.
I don't know.
And that's it for me. That's everything I played this week. I still love it.
Yeah, it's all of us.
It's great.
Right.
But,
So, is there video game news?
Yes, there is a little bit of news.
Putting news first.
I was looking at video game news, I thought.
Are you okay, Stu? Apparently, Valve have said, talking about Steam Decks, Valve have said that reserved Steam Decks will ship sooner than expected. Several people on Rock Paper Shotgun have managed to secure a Steam Deck, and Valve have said they're speeding up production. Everyone who has currently ordered one should receive their Steam Deck before the end of this year.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. So if you've got one already pre-ordered, you're more than likely going to get it before the end of December, which is pretty cool. Because I'll be honest with you, I could now sell this Steam Deck as soon as it arrives to double what I've paid for it. Without any problems at all. But Kay was like, you should have bought two and then you could have got one for free. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't feel like I could scalp someone.
No.
I just think I'd feel bad. Yeah, I wouldn't mind scalping CEX, you know what I mean? Because I could take it there and get 100 quid more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
But what's weird is the 256 and 512 gigabyte models, you get less than the brand new price. So there's only the standard 64 gig where you can actually make money off CEX.
Right.
It's a bit weird. Yeah. So there you go. So Valve said if you've ordered one, you're gonna get it before December, or before the end of December, which is great. Microsoft makes a bold claim saying that Sony pays blocking rights to stop games appearing on Game Pass.
Really?
Yeah. So according to a recent report, Microsoft has claimed that Sony pays for blocking rights to prevent developers adding their games to Game Pass. Microsoft's ability to continue expanding Game Pass has been hampered by Sony's desire to inhibit such growth. It claims in its filing. Sony pays for blocking rights for developers from adding content to Game Pass and other competing subscription services. So, but I want to go, oh, this is awful. But I imagine that's kind of standard practice, if I'm being totally honest. I'm sure Microsoft has done stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I imagine they do it on TV, on the streaming services on there as well.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bidding for the highest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But...
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it does feel a bit weird that the fact that Sony are going, right, we'll give you $2 million if you don't put your game on Game Pass.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Which is kind of what's happening.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just pay to have it on your service instead?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know enough about how the industry works, do we, really?
Yeah, it could be that they're doing that. It could be like it says in this story that Sony literally does not allow developers it financially supports in any way to put said developers' games on Game Pass, which is kind of fair enough. If they put money into that game, then why should they allow it? You see, again, I don't think that's shady. I think that's just good business.
But for them, you know what I mean? For them, yeah. But not good business.
If they're
not
paying
looking
for
after
exclusivity,
the only drawback you could get for it, they're not looking after the developers. Therefore, the developers could be like, well, if they're not Sony owned, they could be like, well, all right, well, our next game won't be Sony. They could upset developers, couldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think.
I'm not
about
saying
it.
they're wrong. I'm just
I'm not overly shocked. I don't think it's. I imagine that this goes on all the time in business, as we know. People do shady shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I just don't see why you would pay to block them and not just pay to have them on your service. Or
well, I think that might be that as well. Yeah. I think it might be pay to have a my subscription and you're not allowed to put it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
as part of closing the contract or whatever,
Yeah.
which is normal business. You know, I don't think that's a
maybe
surprise
not
at
for
all.
Microsoft though. Maybe because they're like just come on Game Pass, and if you're on PlayStation, whatever,
Yeah,
we
we're not
don't
bothered.
care.
Yeah.
But PlayStation
Dunno.
don't like it. They like no. If you're on our thing, then you can't be on another thing, which is standard practice for
Yeah.
Netflix and Hulu and things like that, isn't it?
Yeah, they all
Because
have their own exclusive shit on them. Don't
Parks
they?
and Rec came off Netflix in the UK, which is annoying. But
Yeah.
now it's on some other whack ass service. No TV. I think,
Peacock.
No, it's on no TV.
Well, the
in
US
the
it's
UK.
Peacock.
Yeah.
Whack
it's
ass.
like-
That's Sky, by the way, owned by Sky Telly.
Yeah,
Just
so that's on by
whack
Sky,
ass.
so it's whack ass.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's so that you wouldn't get the same show on two streaming services. So I suppose when you say it like that, it
Right.
makes sense. But Microsoft set the standard, and now Sony are like, no, this is the way we want to do it.
Yeah, we don't want that shit happening, so we'll just block it. That's fine. That's money. Money talks, man.
That's cash, baby.
That's cash, baby. Hideo Kojima is weird because on the
You
8th
stop
year...
there. Just stop there.
I know
And
it
that's
is,
the
it is.
show.
The news. But is that news? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we need reminding every now and again, Duke.
I guess.
Anyway, Hideo Kojima, he marked the 8th year anniversary of PT. Can you believe that's 8 years ago since that demo appeared on PlayStation? Fucking 8 years. Where the fuck has time gone? By tweeting a picture of the screenshot for it, you know, the PT in the forest and whatever. He just put an image on of the cover art of the Silent Hill game that never was.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. I don't know what that's meant to mean. It's just Hideo
It's
Kojima.
you're supposed to wonder. You just scratch your head and be like,
Yeah, but he's not making it. He's no more connection with Konami anymore.
So
He's
far as
never.
you
He's
know.
not going to do that. Apparently, people who made the Blair Witch game, Chinny, are potentially making it. Well, making a Silent Hill game, as you know, rumored.
Well, I don't think Blair Witch was very good, was it?
No, so that's a bit of a worry.
Is it?
That's a worry. Well, it is if you want a decent game
Is
for
it,
that, a decent
though?
Silent Hill game. Okay, more news. That's really not news. More news. Hogwarts Legacy, if you're waiting for that game, has got a release date now. Supposedly, it's the 10th of Feb,
Is
2023,
this an
which
anticipated
is
Harry Potter game? I know
yeah, it
nothing about
is.
this.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of
But this
people
is,
are
Harry
boycotting.
Potter RPG game.
A lot of people are boycotting the game, Duke.
Because
J.K. Rowling.
Well, because of
she's a
her
schmuck.
views.
Yeah, because she's
So,
a turf idiot.
A lot
Look,
of
she's allowed
people-
to have her opinions. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
allowed
and I'm
have their
allowed to say
opinions.
she's an idiot.
Well,
Anyway, but look, regardless
Anyway,
of that,
regardless.
a lot of people are like saying, "No, I can't play this because
Right.
J.K." But
Right.
yeah, it
Okay.
and the tragic thing is apparently it looks pretty good. It looks like
it looks pretty
it's
good.
gonna
Well,
be
they're trying to distance themselves from her, aren't they? Now
Well, the
They're
whole
trying to go,
Harry Potter, Harry
Pretty hard to
Potter?
do that. It's like trying to distance Lord of the Rings from J.R.R. Tolkien. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah.
he's an
Well, they are.
anarchist. I'm
They
not.
are, you know, they are.
Well,
Right.
anyway, so we'll
Well, there's
see.
a release date for that.
And Switch versions come later in the year, apparently.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I
don't know.
realized I walked past my Switch the other day and I was like, oh man, I haven't touched that since I got my PC back. I need to hurry up and
Course
sell
you-
it back.
Of course you haven't.
Communist game shop.
I don't care about views. Whatever. If that's their views, that's their views. That does not affect whether I would play this game or
No,
not.
I sort of think that. I was sort of shocked. I was like, I'd just play it anyway because lots of things are made by terrible people all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
I just don't have any interest in Harry Potter, so I wouldn't play it for that.
yeah, that's my main thing. He's like, I've
See, I
never
like
watched
Harry Potter, so
I think Harry
I'm
Potter.
vaguely interested in this, but I'm not like, oh, can't wait.
I think Harry Potter is a massive twat. No, I don't. I have no opinion of him. I've never seen. I think I've seen the first one, but it was a long time ago. So
Yeah, I saw the
no.
first one and I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there you go. So that's that.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Owlboy developers announce a new game, and I love the title of this game. And it's called
Eagle Boy.
Vikings on Trampolines.
Yeah.
Vikings on trampoline.
love it.
That's an unusual image.
What a great name. Apparently, it's going to be a 1 to 4 player co-op side-scrolling adventure whose primary traversal mechanics is, as you guessed it, trampolines.
Trampolines. Okay. So are they like carrying a trampoline and then
No,
like,
they're
when they
jumping on
need to
them.
go somewhere?
They're
Well,
jumping
no,
on
but yeah, but
trampolines.
the thing with a trampoline is once you jump off of it, it's back there.
I imagine that there's several
No, but there are
trampolines.
trampolines everywhere?
It's not just one trampoline.
Yeah, there's trampolines everywhere.
Okay, so they're in the land of trampolines.
Yes.
Yeah, no, on the
Okay,
trampolines.
gotcha.
It's rife with trampolines.
There's so many
There's
fucking
trampolines
trampolines. There's
everywhere.
more trampolines.
It's just a
than you can
trampoline.
Trampoline.
Trampoline planet. You know what I mean? It's
It
just,
is.
Yes.
just loads of them.
I loved Owl Boy.
Gotcha.
I can't see any reason why I won't love this.
Did
game.
you?
I played.
Yeah,
I played.
I finished Owl Boy. I loved it.
I don't remember you talking about that.
It was
Ah,
tough.
I think he's joking. I played Oh Boy.
No, I loved Owl Boy.
No, I think he's joking about that.
No, I don't think he is.
Duke, are you joking?
What is it?
Trampoline!
I genuinely
He said, what
don't
now?
think he remembers me playing this, to be fair, Chinny.
Please don't bring
I remember you playing. I remember you gushing on about it every day. And then
Oh, there
Chinny
you go.
played it, and he was like, and you were like, I love it as much as I did.
Oh, fair enough then. It looks cool though. This.
Okay.
I know. What are you thinking, Chinny?
I haven't seen a clip of it.
But just imagine though, Vikings
Trampolines. Imagine lots of
Come on.
trampolines.
What's not to love?
Some of them on
Oh,
train tracks, some of them on
trampolines.
ships, some of them on giant buildings that are
Right,
rotating.
let's have a look at the trailer. Let's have a look at the trailer.
That's what I'm watching
Is
now.
there
by
a
the way.
trailer?
There is a trailer.
Yes,
Okay.
there's a trailer. I'm looking at the trailer. Okay, I see a trampoline and a man poking it. Lovely.
Yes.
It's a wooden trampoline.
Is he a Viking?
It appears so. There's three
Uh-huh.
Vikings looking at the trampoline like they've never seen it before. And then somebody falls from the sky, lands on it, and then they discover, it looks like they discover, oh, this is a trampoline, we can do stuff. And then it's like lots of 2D side scrolling. It does look very pretty in terms of graphics, very advanced 2D side scrolling, lots of parallaxing effects, lots of sea. Look, you're in the sea on a ship, and then there's fucking things in the sky and going around a tower. And
It looks pretty good.
it does
gotta
look
say.
pretty good. It does. 4-player mayhem.
It is.
So us 3 plus 1 could play this.
Yeah, we could definitely play this.
I'm not playing this.
We're not
I'm
gonna
liking
play
the
it.
look of this. I'm
Maybe
liking
me
the
and
look.
you,
I don't think
Stu.
I don't think it's my.
I
kind of
would
game.
definitely play this.
Maybe me and you could play this.
Me and you could play this, and someone else.
Maybe.
We'll get someone else to play with us.
Maybe.
It's a good looking game.
Maybe.
It looks pretty. The art looks good. That's what I'll say about
It does look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
I'm not sure when
Very
it's coming
cute.
out, but it does look good.
Nice.
It does look good, so we'll be going with
All
that.
right.
Just play
Alone
it.
in
Just
the
play it.
Dark. Yeah, Alone in the Dark reboot is coming from the Soma and Amnesia Dark Descent writer.
Fucking
Oh,
Alone in the Dark.
This thing has been
There's
in.
A game
like
came
the-
out of Alone
long
in the
time
Dark.
ago.
Let me see if I can find a clip of it. But do
There
you
was a
remember?
terrible one on the 360.
Yeah, on the 360. Fucking
Awful
hell.
game.
That
Awful.
was awful.
I got to the bit where you had to drive a car, and then I just kept getting killed over and over again. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
I'm done.
Terrible.
This game is fucking terrible.
And I remember playing it, and it's kind of in like Central Park, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
and
awful.
They should have called it Alone in the Park. Am I
It was
right?
fucking awful.
Fucking terrible game it was. I remember
was
doing some sort of
awful.
like puzzle where I had to like set something on fire or something.
You're starting like a tower block somewhere,
And it was
don't you?
really like massively hyped. I remember this game because it was published by Atari, and Atari did this like thing. I don't know. And God, like it had loads of like hype around it, and like your inventory was your jacket, and you open your jacket up and look down, and that's how
And you were
your
naked.
inventory- And you were
Oh.
naked. You could see your little willy. Yeah, it was just sort of
Awful.
unbearable. Really.
It was almost unplayable.
Yeah,
it was that bad.
almost a player. Look how he turns. He turns like a fucking like a
It
man
was
with no legs.
absolutely shockingly
So
bad.
the bar is low on this reboot. They all they
Very
have to do is
low.
do
No, there were good.
this.
There were good Alone in the Dark games prior
Yes.
to this one.
Well,
But
yeah,
the
so
that's
first
what
one
I'm
was
saying, though,
good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The first
yeah,
one
it's
on
quite
the-
a revered sort of
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
franchise.
Like this
But
one.
they've ruined it with
this
shit.
this
reboots
this one is
before.
so bad that it's took
And
them
another one never got
17
made.
17 years to go. Shall we make
Yeah.
another one?
Yeah, another
That's
one never
bad.
got made following this. It was
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was totally.
But now they're gonna do it right.
Let's hope so. I mean, God, they've got a good writer on board because Soma.
They
I
got a good
absolutely
studio.
love.
This studio has pedigree.
Yeah, so there's good
They've
chance
done
that this
good
could be
games. I
decent.
mean, I assume I played it.
So let's hope so
because
because I would like a decent horror.
Too
I
much
haven't
of a
played a
wuss.
decent horror game for ages.
What
You know,
about
good, like-
the one with the big
oh,
woman in it?
Resident Evil Village, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I mean,
that.
like they really. I feel like with the Land of the Dark, they really tried Do you know what I mean? Like they've really
Yeah.
tried to make it like a decent game. It's all set in Central Park. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Yeah, it was terrible, terrible. Elite Dangerous director David Braben has stepped down after 28 years of being in charge. So he's still on the board. You know what I mean? He's still sort of in charge, but he's no longer the CEO. So his second in command, who's been there nearly all the same amount of time, is taking over.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So
Okay.
yeah.
Game sucked.
No, he well, you say that.
Yeah.
No,
Because
you say that.
I played it for an hour and I accomplished shooting one little chip off of an asteroid, and then it went flying off into space. I had to go scoop it up. That was my hour. Woo!
You like this one, Duke? Not Duke.
right.
You won't like this one. Chinny, you will though. Chinny, you will.
Go on.
Although it is only rumors, it's only like blowing smoke up everybody's asses. But Take-Two has said that GTA 6 will set a new creative benchmarks for all types of entertainment, not just video games.
What does that mean?
That means nothing.
It means that it's going to be amazing. It's going to inform how cinema, TV, in fact, the whole entertainment history will be industry, so to say, will be following the release of this game. The whole of the rest
You're
of
not
the
gonna ever shit the
entertainment.
same way again. Your
I'm just
fecal
gonna be
removal
like,
processes
oh my
will be
God.
completely different.
If only we were as good as
God.
GTA 6.
Pizza's gonna taste better after this game comes out.
It's
That's what I'm
yeah.
gonna say. Do
Meaningless.
you agree,
hubbub.
Chinny? Do you agree?
I agree that when Rockstar release a game, they always push the envelope. They always like go further than you think, and they always do stuff that upsets people, but like they do it for a reason that they believe in. I feel like they always try and make games, especially in the last like sort of 15 years, like simulations of what could happen, and the way the physics work, the way people move, the way a story is told. And I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is just Red Dead Redemption 1 was like, how can they do better than that? And then 2 came out and it's like, it's just unbelievable. And the shit you find in that game, like years later, that you never knew was there.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
every time Rockstar releases
I
a game,
still think 1 was better.
I think the story in 1 was better.
Yeah, I do. I think 1 was better.
But the game world in 2
yeah.
is
So technically,
You can't just
2
play a
was-
silly song
2
and
was better.
people say something you don't like.
But
You gotta do
I
it.
think 1 was better. It was just more compact. It didn't outstay
Well,
its
that's
welcome.
true. It didn't go out on a fucking island for 2 hours for no reason.
Yeah.
And then
Or
come back.
yeah, or like the end of the game. You think it's the end of the game, and then there's another fucking 3 hours before it's
That's
actually
fine.
the end
I
of
don't
the
mind
game.
that because it was a good epilogue.
I guess.
And there was an epilogue in 1. It was just a very short epilogue.
Yeah, it wasn't like that epilogue.
I know,
Went
but it's
on
okay. It was a
forever.
good epilogue. Your complaint is that's a silly complaint.
Yeah.
But in general,
Basically,
I agree with you.
it will be fantastic.
Yes, I think it will probably be a very good video game.
Yes.
But this is the thing. Why can't that be enough?
No, because
Yeah.
it's going to inform the whole of the entertainment.
It's got to
industry.
change the way you shit.
Yeah.
It's going to change the way
Funny joke.
you shit.
Change the way you shit.
Yeah, I'm with Fraser. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a bit boring. It was. It was a bit boring.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I
must
agree with that.
admit,
But
I had
whatever.
to make myself finish the game. You know when you're like, well, I can't not finish it. I've got to make myself finish this shit.
well, as I said at the time, what we needed in the game were a few more hours of Arthur, I need you to show me some trust and allow me to take the lead in this crew the way I have a
Exactly.
plan, Arthur.
Totally.
I just don't know what we're doing here, dude. I don't get why we have to do all this. I need you to go along with me. Oh, man. Doing those voices after COVID's a bit rough.
I know, yeah.
I thought you were doing Arthur coughing.
Coughing. Yeah,
'cause he
that's
has
pretty good.
TV.
You got away with that there.
Well, there's
Jim,
that,
to be
yeah.
fair. You got away with it.
I was
Right.
like, wow, he's really committed to the character.
Any
Yeah,
other
he is.
news, Stu?
No, that's it for news, but we haven't.
'Cause
got
I
some
had 3.
emails. Oh, go
Well,
on,
I had
go.
3 news real quick.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. On PT's 8th birthday, the person who took it down speaks out. I wish it had gone differently. It's not a really interesting news story, but
He said it was a bit awkward.
yeah. I was looking for the quote from the person who actually did it. Like this is just this isn't Kojima. It was like the person who was supposed to delist
Sony,
it,
wasn't it? Yeah,
I was the IP lead at the time at Konami. I had this product.
Yeah.
I'd helped get this product set up on the storefronts, fake publisher and everything. And I was the one who had to call Sony and ask them to take it down and block re-downloads. That was a super fun conversation. So anyway, like, I don't know. It's so weird that they would go to the extreme of taking it down and making it impossible for people to.
Do you know what's interesting? Whenever I turn on if I turn my PS5 off completely, PS5, I haven't got one of them. Turn my PS4 off completely and then turn it on again. The first thing that comes up is unable to download PT demo.
Forever, it's going to say that
forever. It comes up every time because obviously it tries to download it and then goes, oh, it's not available. Unable to download.
Next news item: Netflix has video games, but nobody's playing them. I guess that's not really news, but every time I read about this, I go, I should give that a try. I've never done it. They have apparently a game called the Queen's Gambit Chess, and there's a Stranger Things.
There's something else. There's a really good strategy game as well, apparently.
I guess.
That was on
but
the Switch
it's weird
also.
because, look, if people love those shows, they're going to want to watch the shows. And people like games. First of all, what I don't understand is, like, how are you controlling these games?
It's
got to be like Bandersnatch.
No. They're on they're mobile phone games, so they're just phone games that you play on your phone.
Who the fuck cares?
I think the problem for me,
Ridiculous.
I think the problem is that people don't think of Netflix as the place to go for video games. That's the issue.
Right.
No, they don't.
Well, I mean, I think what they were probably trying to do is branch out and so get people who aren't really gamers to like, hey, we got games based on the things you like.
This could be one of those things that we laugh about in 2022, but by 2025, Netflix is like the biggest video game. You know what I mean? It could be one of those.
Yeah. If they
I'm not
do
saying
it
is, but it's like.
How about this? Could we each commit to playing one Netflix game for next week?
Okay, we'll do.
Totally.
I don't mean we all play the same one. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
we'll just,
go
just
out,
pick one.
find a Netflix, try one, so that we can talk about it beyond just, well, I don't think this is why it works. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And the final thing I have is a list. Sometimes lists are fun, sometimes they're stupid. I'm just curious to know if you agree with these things that they say in this list. The headline is, this is from thegamer.com, 10 mundane tasks in video games that were strangely enjoyable. Number 10, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, going to the gym.
Yeah.
Never really played it. So.
I agree.
Well, it was interesting.
It was enjoyable, like getting
when I
buff.
first heard about it. Yeah, when I first heard about it, I was like, no, but it didn't. First of all, and I think here's why: you got to see the results of what you did, but it wasn't instant. A lot of video game stuff, like you go to gym, push A, and now you're buff. It wasn't like that. You got a little stronger each time you went, and then eventually.
And it gave you like a little bar. Sometimes it was like, oh, your strength has got up a little bit, so it give you that little.
And it would help out in the game, so that if you're riding a bike, you could ride it faster, longer, whatever. I'm surprised actually that this isn't like standard in a lot of games now, because this was a long time ago, and they could easily incorporate this.
Back then.
I mean. They changed the nature of all gaming, except they didn't, because other gamers didn't follow suit. Even GTA didn't really follow suit with this. This is a good idea that they should have. I mean, I think the problem is that it's a system that, is cumbersome to have in every video game, but it just makes sense in like Far Cry for you to work out and then you can sprint for longer or whatever. But games don't do that, which is weird. All right, number 9, Detroit Become Human, Android Housework.
Oh, I did that.
I've not played this.
I never
played
it.
It sounds stupid. It reminds me of
I tidied up
Heavy Rain when you're doing the architect work.
Yeah, I've tidied up and hoovered as an android. Done chores.
That sounds stupid as fuck.
Yeah, it was fun. I was fine with it. Yeah, I was fine with it.
Was it fun though?
No, was it?
Was it strangely enjoyable, as the headline says?
I guess. It was kind of just what you did because you're getting to character, man.
Okay, Fable number 8, Fable 2, Jobs.
I don't think I ever did jobs in Fable 2.
Various types of mini games, bartending, woodcutting, and blacksmithing.
I remember sort of woodcutting in Fable 2. I do remember that.
It was strangely relaxing, and it felt rewarding to receive extra.
I just remember just seeing all the globes of people floating around you, of people you knew, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't really remember. remember
was
this at
awful.
all, but whatever. There is a Fable game on Steam, but not Fable 2, and I remember liking Fable 2, so I would play Fable 2 if it came on Steam.
Yeah.
Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2. Hey,
Ugh.
camp chores.
No. Hated that.
Moving large hail bays for the horses, chopping firewood.
I did that all the
I don't remember
time.
any of this.
I just spoke
I
to
will say
people.
this. I will say this. The chores that you did on the ranch, that I thought was fun.
Yeah.
I guess this is John.
Yeah.
No, but in the camp you do it as Arthur, yeah.
No, I know, but I don't think I ever really did it in the camp.
I did loads
I
of
think
that.
I was like, fuck that optional.
Yeah, fuck it.
I want to change my style and make my haircut and whatever.
Yeah.
I spent as little time in this camp as possible.
I was always
Number
in the camp
6.
because you get a lot from talking to the people, and it's a great game. And Rockstar,
Yeah, I
know
talk
it.
to people sometimes.
Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
was just getting out of that shit.
Rockstar know how to make a game. Do you know what I mean? They know
They do know how to
how
make
to
a
develop characters.
Number
and make
6.
story.
Papers, Please.
Chinny will know this.
I don't
love
know about
Papers, Please.
strangely enjoyable.
Oh, just in
Like, it was
general, that's
interesting.
it. Papers, Please.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved
Yeah,
it.
Chinny, love that game.
I love that game.
Well,
There's a
yeah,
video.
I thought it
there's
was
3
good.
videos of me on a YouTube channel from probably about 8 years ago.
I've played a little bit of it and I liked it, but it was too stressful.
Yeah, it is very stressful. It's a surprise. The articles. It's a surprisingly addictive, deep, and nuanced experience.
I don't. It's a decent game, but where it really starts to get interesting is the you know, you have to process people's papers going through border control, and then the person, like, you come up to the person and they have all the correct papers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just say one thing. They just say, "Oh, my wife's next. We
Right.
can't wait to move and start our new life."
Yeah.
And then
Right.
she doesn't have the right papers.
Right.
That's where it starts
you
to
have to-
become something that's like
Real,
kind of
moral
fun.
choices.
Real, man.
To actually, this game has like an interesting thing to do and say, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
He's got a heartbreaking decision to make about whether his best friend lives or dies.
It gives you a very unique insight into something that cannot be done through any other medium. Yeah, you could watch a film.
Agreed.
You could watch a
Right.
film where you follow somebody at that position.
The
and,
Lives of Others. That's the
Yeah.
movie version of that. Yeah.
But
It's such a great movie.
when you are in the position that you cannot allow this person to cross this border, and knowing that their husband is waiting, that is
Or
a very...
you can, but then you'll get in trouble,
You'll
and
get in trouble.
your kid might die because you're living in a very precarious state. and
That
your
is a
family's
very, like, no other medium can do
Yeah.
that. That's
I
where video
agree.
games are special.
I agree. This is one of those things that couldn't really be anything else.
Never be done.
Yep. All right, number 5, Unpacking. I still
Oh,
haven't played this. I
sorta
want to.
liked it.
I know you kind of liked it and then felt bored.
Yeah, I
at
got
the end.
bored. I got bored.
Yeah. All right, number 4.
get it, I got bored.
Shenmue Forklift Job. Never played it. Don't plan to.
I did play-
I like that. I did like that. Yeah.
Really?
I did play Warehouse Simulator, which was pretty much that.
Pretty much that. Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
Okay. Though a bit of a drag at first, it quickly became an important way to interact with the world and added depth to the story. Okay.
Never played Shenmue, so I don't know.
Number 3, Minecraft. Well, that's cheap. Duh. The whole game is just mundane tasks.
Busy work, man.
Number 2, House Flipper. Chinny, it's your favorite.
Yeah, I like the house.
No.
No, this is Chinny's guilty pleasure. He don't play it, but he really wants
Number
to.
1, Power Wash Simulator. Okay, they're just looking for the most famous games and like clickbait. Oh wait, I clicked on it. Curse
Power
you.
Simulator, man. I totally agree.
It's probably what stirred
Well,
the whole
I mean,
article,
you
wasn't
could
it?
put and you could make the list 20 different simulator games. You know,
Yeah.
truck simulator,
Lawnmower
lawnmower
No, but he
simulator.
didn't. To be
That's all
fair,
of
they
them.
didn't make that. That. You know, there were some other games in there that weren't necessarily simulations.
Yo, you're right. I'm saying though, like, yeah, but that's become a whole genre of its own now.
Yeah.
All right, you said we have emails.
We have got emails.
Oh,
yes,
good.
indeed,
Well,
indeed.
And also,
Yes.
we want more emails. Don't stop
Yeah.
sending those emails.
Whoa, that rules.
Stu,
Emails,
where,
please.
Where
Money,
would they?
please.
Where would they send emails if we need?
Oh, they
more
would
emails?
send them to podcast@veterangamers.co.uk.
What's that again, Duke?
Oh, I was going to say.
I don't know. Podcasts, just
Do
podcasts.
you not know our own fucking email?
Podcast at Podcast Veteran Gamers Podcast.
No, it's podcast.
No, it's podcast at veterangamers.co.uk.
There we go.
There
It's
you
more funny
go.
if I pretend like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
stupid.
Anyway, Jacinta sent us an email.
Jacinta.
Oh, did she
Jacinta.
now? How
She
about
did.
that?
Her name is Jacinta.
She says a recommendation for Duke and others.
I'm a potato.
Hey
Go on.
guys,
Hello.
Hey.
I just paused episode last week to make a recommendation to Duke before I forget.
Okay.
I've meant to
appreciate it.
email her about this before, but I forgot. So she's
Okay.
making
I'm
sure she
glad you
doesn't
didn't
forget
forget this
because she's
time.
forgotten
Yeah.
before.
Right.
Anyways, for Duke and anyone else who didn't know, Steam allows you to filter the games that you see based on user-defined tags. So, for example, you can filter
Yeah.
out games that have been tagged with anime, and
I
this will
know.
solve your problem, Duke. Rather
But
than
will it though?
complaining
Because there's
about
other
it.
non-anime stupid bullshit.
However, but
porn
mostly
games.
they are anime, to be fair.
They are mostly.
However,
anime.
personally, I tend to just using tags like dating sim, hentai, and even
Yeah.
nudity to get rid of any
Yeah.
nasty anime porn.
You're right. I mean, that's the thing. There's a part of me that's like, there might be some good game that comes along at some point that has nudity. But you know what? If it does, I'll hear about it some other way. I don't need to have. You're right.
guess
I
you
should
probably
totally.
will.
I will do this. I'll do it right now. Thank you.
He says, she said, I think it said he said that. She says,
Yeah,
I
how
tend
do
to
you
leave
do
the
this?
anime tag off the block list because there are games with an anime aesthetic can be quite good. I actually
Yeah,
quite like
like
anime
what?
in itself, but I can't stand that whenever I Google image search a character from a show, they are overtly sexualized with a nude body pillow and everything. Even if the character is a child within the show, it's truly disgusting and makes me feel gross.
Yeah. So gross.
It is gross.
Yeah, it is.
So where do I do this?
I don't know. You need to figure it out. Sometimes I have a whole personality crisis. Why do I even like anime at all? Does that on its own make me a pervert? Nope, it doesn't. But it sucks to have a low-key feel quality for even liking anime at all. It's difficult. It's difficult because there are a lot of anime is that kind of anime, which is kind of unfortunate. But you can't be defined as anything other than, depending on what sort of anime you like, is Ghost in the Shell or that type of stuff, then you've just got to accept that stuff exists and just ignore it.
But I think
Well, I
what-
mean,
what-
this is
what-
the
yeah.
eternal dilemma of like, I
can't
want
be
the
judged.
culture to be better. I want people to be better. I want the stuff that people send to me to be better. And
Yeah.
a lot of times,
Yeah, but
no.
and I hate to say this, but if that stuff's popular, then it'll keep getting made, won't it? That's
Oh,
what
I know. That's
You know?
but that's the I want the audience.
You're
to
not
be
that
better.
person that makes it popular, so you've just got to ignore it.
Right. Well, I'm trying. It's hard
Yeah.
when it's everywhere.
So yeah, you can really customize your Steam experience a lot using these filters. Duke, hopefully, if you mess around with your settings a bit, you can avoid having your eyes bleed every time you look at new and trending.
Yeah,
Jacinta.
there's something. This is preferences, but I'm like,
P.S. Just thinking on the explicit anime porn thing, shouldn't it really be illegal? Well, yeah. I mean, even though it's animated and they're fictional children, they're still children in a sense. They're not really. They don't really exist. I know fictional characters not harmed in any way like a real child would be harmed in the creation process, but the fact this material exists at all perpetuates the idea that it's okay to sexualize children.
so that
It's
yeah,
a whole
that's
can
the
of
part.
worms, really.
It is a can of worms, and I definitely agree that like it's categorically worse when it's real children involved in this stuff. But
absolutely.
no, I agree.
God.
Like I think that the culture as a whole has always, taken girls and presented them as like, just wait till she's 18 and Mary Kate and Ashley are almost 18. Like that's sick. It's twisted, and it is a feedback loop of like, why do people get into this? Is because they're told it's desirable, and so they get used to seeing, and they're like, yeah, all right. I don't like the idea of making things like that illegal. I want the culture to be better. I want guys to be
Yeah.
better. I want, human beings to be more evolved. But you can't just make people evolve. It's just, but that,
Should, like
so-
if they're depicting children or like minors in anime, video games and cartoons, like should that just be like not allowed? Like I don't see the argument. They should.
Here's the thing.
Shouldn't they say like how old? Like whoever certifies is like how old is that character?
Yeah, but
they're below a certain.
How can they say?
But that's the thing is that a lot of these aren't certified by any governing body.
Well, they should.
It's just some
and there's no way
publisher.
to prove how old a cartoon character is. It's not.
Well, there are ways you could have.
Yeah, but like you could
make,
ask.
I mean, in the United States, there used to be a comics code that said, you can't have bad guys win or whatever. I mean, that's an extreme example. I'm not arguing.
Yeah. I'm not saying that
if it was a movie or a book, you'd be like, this would be asked.
Yeah, but that'd be a real person, so you can't. There's lots of books that will depict this type of stuff.
Right.
They're not.
And
banned.
usually the question is, how is it depicted? Like, what is the purpose of it? Because if you're trying to do a book like Bastard Out of Carolina, right? If you're trying to do a story about, the bluest eye, where it's about, someone being molested and the horrors that come with it.
that stuff.
You have an artistic purpose.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But it's almost like it shouldn't be accepted at all. Like there should be like.
But then where do you draw a line? Because
if they're underage.
Yeah, but if you're depicting in a cartoon a character that isn't real, isn't sentient, isn't anything, and you've also got a character in a book that's like obviously written word, which isn't real, isn't sentient, isn't anything, but it's depicting the same sort of stuff, but maybe for different reasons, as in a book might be more credible and artistic.
If a character is underage and
but
sexualized,
the character in the book's going to be underage and sexually abused, which somebody who's into that sort of stuff might
I'm just
find
talking about.
titillating.
I think we're talking about different. If a character's underage and then sexualized, is that the right word? Sexualized. So
sexualized, yeah.
Yeah. Then that's
it's about how it's presented to the audience.
It's very difficult.
Any character who's a minor should not be look like they should not be sexualized.
To be fair to Steam, I don't think they do. I think they do have some code as to what's allowed to be on
but
there.
There's a lot of. I mean, my problem is not with the sexualization of minors on Steam because I don't really see that so much. But it's just the absurd hypersexualization of the female characters in anime games.
Yeah.
Many of them with anatomy that is just absurd and horrifying with like breasts 7 times the size of their heads and stuff. And it's just like,
I agree
wrong with y'all?
So if we was to get in the debate of just like over sexualization of all women in anime, then that's a trickier topic. Like, for example, one of Stu's favorite games is Bayonetta, and I criticized it heavily of like, why does it have to have these low camera angles? And these are just sort of staples in anime and
I think
it's that's tame by anime standards.
I do think it's difficult with Bayonetta though, because I do agree that she is over sexualized and some of the camera angles probably aren't appropriate. But she is quite a tough character, she is not she's not
but like,
a sort of meek, feminine, feminine character. She's a strong woman.
Why does she have to have like that kind of booty? Do you know what I mean? Like, why does she?
There are a lot worse examples, to be fair.
Yeah, I know there is, but I haven't had a lot of experience with those type of games, and like I remember.
And if you're gonna have a strong female character, I mean, Lara Croft was also a strong female character, and yet she was also all about the boobs.
Yeah, she had big boobs.
So it wasn't until that's I think one reason why a lot of people saw Beyond Good and Evil and said, "Hey, here's a strong female character who's not got ass for days and titty game on swole," as Neil Brennan says. So
it's difficult. I don't know what to say.
That.
I don't think it should be a thing. Sexualized children in anime.
No,
I think we can all agree on that.
High five. We all agree on that.
But consensus on that. Awesome. What else is in the email?
I also think controversial, guys. Controversial, but I also think murdering is wrong as well. Like I just think that's wrong.
Who you're murdering?
I just think that's wrong.
And then she continues, for the record, I'm not the kind of angry feminist that is anti-porn in general, provided that the adults involved are genuinely consenting. And there's
we're talking about kids, so
or problematic power dynamics. She's talking about just normal porn here at this point.
I know.
But yeah, hot take, children should be off limit, even animated ones. Yes. I mean, imagine or when AI gets that good, where it can generate child pornography. I don't think she mentioned it was AI, but when graphics and when you could generate what looks like a real child in VR, for instance.
Right. No, but I mean, I think AI does come into it because then you don't have to have, right now you have to have a person voice whatever character you have, right?
You have to
or text on the screen or whatever.
Someone has to create it.
Right.
Whereas
when
with
there's
AI,
the movie Her, when you have that as a child, it changes everything.
So with AI
Yeah.
now, like with like DALL-E and all that sort of stuff, you can
Yeah.
you can basically type in whatever you want, like a giraffe riding a motorcycle with sunglasses, and the computer will figure out how to generate that image. With AI, in the wrong hands, someone could generate a kind of video game which would
Yeah, and I think if
fall into
it
whatever they
looks
want.
real as well, it looks like a real kid or
Let's
whatever.
let's not get
That would
it
definitely
twisted
be
here.
illegal.
That I would love to see that. Look, someone to type in it like, "What I want to create this video game," and then that's made. I get that. That's really interesting, but let's get it straight. That will be fucking years away,
It will lead
and
to
also
horrible garbage.
it will be fucking awful. It will look like No Man's Sky when it first launched.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well.
All right. Anything else in the email?
What do you guys think? Where's the line? Well, we just discussed a lot
We just
of
talked
that
all
stuff.
about it. Yeah.
I've
Thank
just
you,
talked
Jacinta.
about it. Well, thank you, Jacinta.
Good, important topic.
Yeah, thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Okay, final email this evening is off Jason. Which isn't
And he will
great
have
when you've
nothing
got COVID.
controversial or strange in his email.
Of course it
It's
won't
gonna
be. He says, "Hey kids,
Hey.
I mean Chin and Duke. You should
Oh.
check out The Sandman on Netflix.
That's what I hear.
I was never a comic strip dude, but I love the rich aesthetic and that story.
More of a comic book than a comic strip. But
The only comic I read in my youth was DuckTales and Scrooge McDuck.
Oh.
But I do remember seeing the Sandman comics around in the 90s. I was too busy dreaming to ever read them. Do you remember hearing about Neil Gaiman's Sandman back then, Stu? I do.
No.
I do remember Neil Gaiman's
Hell
Sandman.
yeah, I had friends that were loco over it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were
The
trying
ol-
to get me to read it, and for whatever reason, I was like, no, I'm good.
The only other comic I've
You
ever
haven't
read
changed.
is Scott Snyder's awesome Batman. Anyway, the point of this email is to ask, do you have a favorite graphic novel? Surely Mike does,
Yes.
since he doesn't know how to read.
Snap.
Oh, Chin, Duke is fired. Your fart sound effects blasted his into oblivion. Also,
I don't really have a fart sound effect, to be fair.
also grab me some vinyl so you might get LA Noir, Fez, and the Hyperlight Drifter soundtracks. Any recommendations?
Really? Vinyl soundtracks from video games? That's weird.
I'm checking out the COVID Queen DJ Clueless tonight, so throttle back, Stu. So there you go. I'm actually really in the midst of the Sandman, and I absolutely love this TV show. It is brilliant. I've got to say, episode 6, and this has been all over the internet. Episode 6 of this TV show is now up there as one of the best episodes of any TV show ever made.
What the Sandman
Heavy
thing?
statement.
And I absolutely agree. I sat there at the end of that episode and was like, what did
Are
I
you
just
talking about
watch?
Sandman? Talking about
I
Sandman?
am.
Right. Is it that good?
The episode 6 is unbelievably good. It is crazy, like just brilliantly crafted. You know, when someone just makes an episode of a show that just hits that spot where you just go in like, wow,
Yeah.
that was amazing. That is that episode. It's absolutely brilliant. But the rest of the show's good as well, by the way. That isn't just that. I mean, the whole thing's great. But that is just one of those perfect moments in a TV show.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Totally recommend it. Loads of great British actors in it, by the way. Stephen Fry tipped up in episode 7, which was kind of cool. So there's loads of British actors in it. I think Chinny would really appreciate it. Loads of people he'd know, and he'd be like, "Wow, who knew she was in it?"
There we go. Ticked off the nudity of sexual content.
Jenna Coleman's in it, by the way, who just never changes. She looks exactly like she did when she was in Doctor Who, as she does now. So yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Is it Jenna Coleman? I'm sure it is. Could be wrong. Anyway, but she looks exactly the same. I could be wrong. Just a bit. Let me just check. Getting mixed up with names there, maybe. I don't know. No, I'm right. It's Jenna Coleman. Yes, she is. She's good-looking lady. Anyway, just saying. Yeah, that's it for emails, by the way. So there
That's
you go.
quite a lot of emails.
Check out the Sandman, people.
But we could do with more. Podcast at veterangamers.com.
Yeah, we could. We could do with more. So it's just some shout outs and get the hell out of here time, I'm guessing.
Send us speak pipes, people.
Yeah.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
So over to you, Chinny.
Well, I'm going to be releasing my song soon.
Stew.
It's gonna
so
be a hit.
hopefully
I think it's a hit.
it's going to be a hit. But
This
what do
song's
you
gonna sell 10 million albums.
what do you think?
Stew.
I think it's going to go viral.
Thanks.
Stew.
I think you're the next Will I Am.
Yes.
This is a song from the people
Oh,
that never
yeah,
believed
that
in
could
me.
beat it, to be fair.
They're the two
By the
greatest
way,
songs in
Chinny,
the
can I
history
just
of
ask,
music.
your business partner, Matt Weston, is in the chat.
Is he? I haven't looked
Oh
at the
snap!
chat.
What up, Weston?
And he says, Mike, are you a feminist? Laughing face.
Did he?
What does that mean? Yeah, what's that mean? What's he saying?
Because he's talking about Bayonetta being all
Yeah,
sexualized.
what's he
Well,
saying, man?
I just don't think. Well, I don't
Why,
think.
why has he put a laughing crying face on the end of that? Does he not believe you're a
Because
feminist?
feminism is a bad word.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to be
well,
a
it's not-
feminist.
I don't know. I don't
say that as a
care. I don't
feminist.
care about what the definition is. I just think that like Japanese games just over sexualize all the women, and it just
Well, yeah.
it's just like it's just sad and depressing and distracting and weird. I just think it's weird. And then they do it. Japanese culture especially does it with younger looking women.
Yeah,
So
Chinny's
I
gonna-
disagree. So that's what we were talking about.
There
Matt.
are no older women. There's ancient. There's like grandmas.
Yeah.
And then there's like new moms
So
who are
that's what
like
we were talking
22.
about.
And then there's right. And there's everybody
So
else.
So it ain't about being a feminist. It's about I just
Right.
disagree with
Well,
the whole.
it is about being a
Well, I
feminist
suppose it is.
because feminism writ large is
I
made
guess
into
so.
this boogie monster,
for
but it's really
me-
just about like, hey, have respect for women. Like,
For
what
me,
if
it's like I appreciate like a nice looking woman as much as the next straight man, but like it's just weird. I'm just like I feel weird playing those types of games.
Chinny's
which
going to
really
go
means-
into work tomorrow, go to Matt. How could you come in the chat and embarrass me like that? I can't believe you did
I would
that.
never say that to
you
Matt.
fuck with me again, I'll kick
Yeah,
your ass.
yeah, man. You do
Rip
that
your
again
nuts
and we're
off.
fucking done.
I would never say that. I would never say that. You're giving me way too much credit in terms of how much I would remember things.
Yeah.
Aye. Aye.
Maybe do
That
the
COVID
COVID.
caught up
with
Maybe, maybe COVID.
All right,
Lockdown.
who's doing shout outs?
I'll do one. I'm going
I'll
to
take
shout
another.
out Matt for making Chinny have to do some weird monologue. And I'll also shout out you, Duke. I'm glad you're better.
Yeah, me too.
And also shout out everyone who listened to me Rona mix because it's done quite well. It's had 40 odd listens. So thank you very much to everybody who gave that a listen. Thanks very much for that.
I
And
haven't
there's a
listened
new
yet,
one
but
up.
I will.
Yeah, there's a new one up as well. Summer Breeze and Melodic Beats Part 2, which is pretty good.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Thank you very
Stu.
much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, let me say that correctly. Hey,
Stew.
I can't get over it. So, would you
Yeah, would I?
be up for remixing one of my songs into your DJ set?
Of course I will. I'll do it.
Ooh.
How
I'll
about
do it,
that?
man. I'll put some
There
beats
you
on it.
go.
Matt Weston.
One of my
also-
songs, as if you have this catalog. Like, hey,
Matt
you
Weston.
wanna-
Yeah, I can lay
one
some
of,
beats,
one
man.
of my songs.
I can do some stuff, some scratching. What do you want
I'll
me to
give
do?
you a clue which song it will be. It will be the only song I've made. Matt Weston in the chat says you're assuming Mike will turn up to work.
Oh yeah, I've got COVID.
Oh, you've got a
Oh,
horrible
no.
smoker's cough.
I know that's
Yeah, he does.
COVID cough, man.
Yeah, it is.
Killer. I know. Sounds
Yeah.
awful, doesn't it? Yeah, that is true. Will
Yeah.
you turn up to work?
It's an enigma. It's an enigma. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? I'm a moving target, Stu.
So what you're
You're
saying is your
moving
next song, you're
target.
going to sample a bunch of Gregorian chanting.
Yeah.
Enigma? Ha!
I see what
They had
you
a
did there.
kid on fresh off the boat. All right, are you done, Stu? Do you have any other shout outs?
No, that's it. I think.
All right, I'll do my shout outs
then.
then.
Email, whatever.
Right, I will shout out Jacinda for emailing, Jason Gallagher, everybody for watching in the chat, Chinny for giving me the sound effect from Always Sunny.
Hot one today, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, Fraser Stulak, Tainted Brain, Matt Weston, God, all this chat about the Steam Grid. Darren Sim, James Bevan,
Steam Grid.
Soul
What's
Brother.
a Steam Grid?
I mean the Steam Deck, whatever. Steam Grid is when you have your library and you can put different pictures up. Everybody who's participated in the Duke poll, even though I haven't done one for like a week, so I don't have anything to ask y'all. And everybody who helped my Supreme Court thread go mini viral. I had 200 likes on that, 286 now. That's pretty cool. about this Supreme Court case where a cheerleader said, "Fuck school," and the Supreme Court said, "Yeah, that's fine. You're not allowed to punish her for that." Because I thought it was a very interesting case study in when kids are allowed to curse and when they are not allowed to curse.
What can you give me like the bite-sized version of what happened? Cause I didn't
what's going on?
Young lady. Well, there was some new school district that said, "Hey, we're going to look at every kid's text messages, whether they're private or not." And this parent was like, "No, that's not how. You're not looking at my kids' texts." And I said, "Hey, this reminds me of this Supreme Court case that happened. I think it came out in 2021. This young lady, she went by the initials BL in the court case because she was under the age of 18. You have to do that in court cases in the U.S. Versus the Mahanoy School District. Basically, she went out for cheer. She didn't make the varsity squad. She sent snaps to her friends saying, 'Fuck school. I hate it. Fucking bullshit. Fuck cheerleading,' and the school kicked her off the JV squad, the junior varsity squad, because of that text or the Snapchat that she sent. And she sued the district. The lower courts went back and forth. They went to the U.S. Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, and they said she is allowed to curse, but it has to be in private. They describe how Snapchat works, which is always fun to see a Supreme Court description.
I bet that was the longest part for them.
You send it to your friends, and you have your snaps.
It's on a phone,
right? But yeah, so I did this whole thread on Twitter once upon a time about how here's what it says, and you can't materially disrupt classwork or involve substantial disorder. I broke it down. The kids were complaining for about 2 days, so the Supreme Court said that because it only went on for 2 days, and it was just a few minutes during a math class that they were upset. If it had gone on for longer, then she might have gotten in more trouble, and the Supreme Court might have said you are allowed to punish her because she's disrupting the learning process. But my other favorite part in this whole thing was, and I said, haters can and will take photos of your snaps. Private ain't really private. But they said, here we go. Here's a quote from the Supreme Court decision. When a teacher asks the question, the teacher must have the authority to insist that the student respond to that question and not some other question. And a teacher must also have the authority to speak without interruption and to demand that students refrain from interrupting one another. So when I'm in my classroom, I get to talk as much as I want and nobody's allowed to interrupt me. The Supreme Court said so. So that was fun.
That's not good.
No, it's great.
Says, fuck school privately to one of their friends.
Exactly. I can't punish.
So
that.
what I would say
no,
is
the fact that she wasn't at school was part of it.
Okay.
So did they find in her favor in the end? I'm guessing
they did. Yes.
So what I would do then is I would step out of the school.
That's true. There
and then I would speak to a friend who has like hard of hearing, and then I would shout "fuck school," and then they'd be like, "You can't do that." I was like, "Well, he can't hear." So
yeah, exactly.
And I'm not in school.
They said because she didn't specify the school, then she was also
yeah, she didn't name the school.
So if you say "fuck Riverdale High School," you have a problem. But if you just say "fuck school," you're good.
Just fuck school in general.
Fuck school.
Fuck school.
Or fuck any school.
Yeah. So she lashed out in a very careful way, which was very.
She didn't
smart
know
of
it.
her.
I assume she didn't know that.
She didn't. No, presumably not.
But it worked out.
But she did it just
kids,
right. She threaded
kids
that
back
needle.
in the day at our school. They used to know all that shit because basically, if they were going to have a fight after school, obviously not on school grounds, they used to take
the gates.
Well, but they used to take the school uniform off as well, so they couldn't be accused of representing the school when they were having a fight.
We never did that. We never.
I mean, you got to be naked when you fight anyway, so it makes sense to just.
So all
take
they have was a shirt and trousers, so nobody could actually identify which school they came from.
Just let you know, that must have been your thing because we never did that. I'm pretty sure one of my mates strangled somebody with the school tie.
tie. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was our school. They were quite good at our school. They were pretty, they were quite honourable.
No, we didn't do that. It was always just meeting
honorable.
At the gates. It was just meeting.
Well,
at the
they
gates.
used to.
There's a movie called in the United States. There was this movie called 3 O'clock High, and it was about this little nerd who gets picked on by this dude, and he finally said he's had enough, and he's gonna have a fight with him at the end of the day, and they agreed, and like the whole thing is building up to this fight, and like everyone's telling him not to, and the principal's like, "You're gonna be in big trouble," and then at the end of it, I don't remember very clearly, but I think he like beats the shit out of this dude, and it's just like, Wait, what's the lesson here? When someone picks on you, you should smack him in the face until he's bloody and unconscious? Okay, what the hell? Like, you gotta stand up for yourself, I guess.
Your business partner, Matt, says, could that be a video game? School fight?
Well, I mean, bully, right?
Maybe I need to do a game review with Mike. No, not necessarily. Sometimes these people used to just fight to decide who was the hardest.
No, but no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Duke's
Who
talking
has
about
the biggest penis is what you're talking about.
Duke's talking about the
Well,
game Bully. Remember Bully? Rockstar?
Yeah, but this wasn't bullying. This was kind of just having a fight to decide who was the toughest. And the ranking, you know, in the year, who was like our third cock or whatever. That's what he used to say, cock at year.
Who's the cock of the year? Yeah.
Who's the cock of the year?
Homer Simpson thinks he's cock of the walk.
Clever, you see, because I used to hang around with the cock of the year so I wouldn't get picked on. Because I was little at school.
That is clever.
Was you his like bitch? Was you like his dog?
Yeah, was it? No, he was all right. It was
Did
called
he
Craig
move you
Pass.
around on a lead?
No, he was a nice. It was actually not. It wasn't that bad a dude, but nobody messed with him. You know what I mean? It was kind of one of these people who didn't go looking for trouble.
Strutting around like he's cock of the walk.
But
But
a
let
lot
me
of
tell you,
people-
Homer Simpson is cock of nothing.
A lot of people used to pick fights with him just because he was seen as this hard nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he didn't really go looking for trouble, but he used to find it quite a lot of the time. Sadly, he died not long after leaving school. I think he was about 20 and he had a motorbike crash and died.
Oh, that's tragic.
That's not
Well,
funny. We can't make
on
fun
that
of
note, let's end the show.
Yeah.
Chinny, you got any shout outs?
I suppose Scotland.
I guess not.
Scotland, shout out Scotland.
Okay.
Scotland.
Shout out Scotland. Shout out to my future record label that will be signing me.
Yeah, I think it's going viral.
Death Row Records.
So, it's Rockefeller or nothing really.
Okay.
Are you okay, Stu?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's great. So
all right.
I don't have any shout outs, but I suppose shout out. I'm just delaying it because Duke he wants to finish the show so much.
Oh, by the way,
as soon as you admit that, it's like
we haven't done a Matt Weston game review for ages. Yeah, definitely do one. There's plenty of new games since the last one you did. They have no idea what's crazy about that. Always just sports for that matter.
I have to say, so I listened to another podcast, and
how dare you?
I know.
Could
and
you?
it had a lot of sound effects in it, and it really annoyed me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What can you do? You know what I mean? Like Duke's too far in there; he can't get out of it, can he?
I could. I'm just not going to.
No, exactly.
That's right.
That's what I mean, Duke. He's like, you could.
I didn't want to
know
tell
you're not
you.
going to.
Well.
I didn't want to tell you, dude, but we did have another email this week, which I decided not to read.
What?
Well,
from whom?
You're not gonna like it.
I'm okay. You know, I can take criticism if it's legit.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not
Second
mentioning
email.
names.
All right.
I'll
An
not mention
anonymous
names.
email. Yeah.
Okay, anonymous email. It isn't, but obviously I'm not going to mention names.
Well, right.
Oh,
And they just
Redacted.
said, best show in ages, no idiotic repetitive sound clips, adultish discussion without a certain someone constantly talking over the others before stating carry on or throwing a hissy if someone disagrees.
Okay. Well, first of all, there were repetitive sound clips over and over again because Chinny was playing those. So, I mean, they were different sound clips, yes.
Well, no, but nobody could hear those.
Yeah.
I could hear them.
No, on the
You
recording
couldn't hear
show,
them
you
on
couldn't.
your end, but I could hear them on the audio on the YouTube.
No. yeah, but they couldn't hear them on the actual
On the
recording,
podcast
so that way
recording?
out- Yeah, on the podcast
Okay, fine,
recording, you can hear
whatever.
'em.
Whatever. That's fine. Hey, look, I could if a lot of people like the sound clips and some people don't, and that person's entitled to be stupid. That's fine. If people wanted
You
me
might
to
not
tone
listen
them back,
now.
or I could turn the volume of them down. You know, that's possible. I mean, it would take a lot of work because they're all individual sound
Look,
clips.
can I just say I'm really not bothered. You know,
No,
what I mean,
I know.
This is how
I
it's
know.
been for 20 odd years.
Right.
Yeah. Say 20
And here's the other
years,
thing.
it's nearly
And the only other thing I'll say, and I'm not trying to be like,
It is what it
"Meh,
is."
I don't like that. It is what it is. Look,
It is
as
what it is.
for, me throwing a hissy fit when someone disagrees with me. I will debate in a spirited way, but at the end of the day, I think it's fair that, I try to look at things from many different perspectives, acknowledge that I can be wrong, and that part of what we need to do as an adult citizen.
That phrase again.
I can be wrong.
Oh.
But part of what we do as adults is engage in discussions to try to figure out where our differences actually lie, and make sure that we keep each other honest by checking our assumptions and making sure that we aren't missing some important perspective. So that's why I attack these things.
The only thing I would say, right, and I want you to take this in the nicest possible way, okay? But you can be quite quick to be dismissive.
Of course, I'm very dismissive many times, and I'm working on that.
Okay.
Stu,
as long as you're aware of it.
As long as as long as we're doing this right, Stu, I don't want to take this the wrong way, right? But I don't like you or anything about you.
And Chinny, I want you to know from the place of goodness in my heart.
Me, man?
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah,
you smell bad.
Everything about
your
every
rectal worms are really. I'm sick of hearing about them.
Every molecule in your body, I detest.
Okay.
So just, but
it's all right. Don't take it personally.
But it isn't personal.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But other than that, you know what?
No more talking.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think
what it is.
You have to, would I? I can't say anything because I'm like, would I have the sound effects on? No. But then the first opportunity I had to play them, I did.
Yeah, you did.
So it's the show. The show needs to have some sort of obnoxious sound effect. And if I don't do it, someone else naturally will.
And I'm sure, but I suppose the difference is that I'm not doing like this every week where I'm putting on a funny voice. I sort of do it now and again, whereas Duke sort of.
It's totally true, by the way.
That's my thing.
The minute you say no offense, you're definitely going to offend someone.
But Duke's thing is this. He's just constant. Do you know what I mean? What you see is what you get.
It is what it is.
And I think he thrives on this. Kind of fucked up.
Whoops. Stop playing that thing over and over again. God damn, I didn't mean to do it.
It is kind of funny when that happens, when you can't turn it off.
If somebody said to me...
It's not even me. I can't. It's got its own power.
If somebody said to me, on a percentage scale, how many times do you wish Duke didn't play that sound effect or thought that sound effect was odd, it would be about 50-50, to be fair.
Yeah, it would.
Why is he playing that? But that's the show. That's just the way it is. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts about video games, and I suppose that's what sets us apart. So fuck everybody and don't listen. Then
God help us all.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, I mean, just don't listen. That's generally good advice.
Don't listen if you don't.
That's
like
good
it,
advice.
Don't listen.
That is good advice.
No, we don't want you not to listen. We don't. We do take your opinion.
I do.
Yeah.
I wish people would stop listening. I don't have to do this every week.
See, Duke's just spat his.
You would do this regardless if there was only 2 listening. You wouldn't care.
I do that with the Syncast. Like nobody's listening to that shit.
Yeah,
I listen to it.
You wouldn't care.
2 hours of blah 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 ontological
blah blah.
All right, guys. Have a good week. Keep feeling better, Stu. I hope you test negative soon. Chinny.
Well, I'm pretty much negative, to be fair.
You're not.
You're not negative. You're kind of pregnant.
I'll go and get a test and show you. You could barely see it, I'm telling you.
Doesn't matter. If it's there, you're still positive.
Yeah, really.
Only just.
And you know about the cooling off period when it's negative, you still have to stay in for another week.
Sit in a bath of ice.
No, you don't. We only have to stay for 5 days, really.
You have to put your balls.
After 5 days,
you have to put your balls in a bowl.
There you go.
Daniel Bedeker said, I play the sound effects in my inner monologue. I love them. See? There you go. Thank you, Daniel.
We've had that. We've had that a lot where we've been to EGX and and then somebody does a sound effect live.
Oh, we have FIFA. A lot of people used to come up and go, FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not even a sound clip.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's just associated with our idiocy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out, fam. Have a good week.
Catch you later, folks.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.
It's over. It's
Chinny.
over.
Chin.
Say goodbye to the. Is this streamable or non-streamable?
Yeah, it don't matter. I was just going to say, when are we doing the spoiler cast, I guess? I'll figure out some time to do that.
Got a busy...
On Until Dusk Falls or whatever it is. or As Dusk Falls, whatever the hell it's called. Excuse me.
I don't know.
And we should sort out, because let's be honest, I've had the COVIDs now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. No.
We should sort out a meetup, I guess, because I can't. You see, part of me was also like, I don't want to catch it and give it K either, but we've all had it.
No, it doesn't matter. Does it? Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Everyone's had it.
We've all had it.
We've all had the COVID.
Everybody gets it.
We've all got it. So yeah.
I'll take a rain check on that, Stu, because we're having people view the house. You see. So.
Oh my God! You're up for sale.
Up for sale.
Oh my God! What you looking at buying? What are you buying?
A house. Another house.
No, I get you buying another house. Where though? Where are you looking?
Near Leyland.
I loved looking at houses. It was amazing.
Near Leyland in Preston.
No, you're not.
That's where I'm going. Yeah.
Can you imagine? That would be well funny.
Yeah.
Well, where are you? There's a good snooker all here, though. To be fair.
Yeah, I've played there with you.
Yeah, it's good snooker. Where are you really looking?
Not far. Not far
from
where we are. Yeah.
What are you looking at? Big house? You're looking at big one? Detached? Semi?
Well, I haven't. How could you see from there that I had a semi?
I know.
We have a laugh. It's all debatable, I suppose. I'm not sure. I'm just scared.
Why are you scared? Are you seriously scared?
No, I'm not really scared.
Moving house is a nightmare, by the way.
Moving house is a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's hideously stressful.
It's just
hideously stressful.
Annoying.
Yeah, it is. It's hideously stressful.
So I don't get excited.
Once you've done it, you've done it. So yeah, so you're looking more countrified? Are you still the same, more in the city?
I don't care about living in the country. Yeah, I know an area is important, but I don't care about living in the country.
Hey, location, man. That's what they say.
I like George Clark.
I like George Clark.
I like George Clark because he's like,
we love him.
So the house is fucking shite, and there's no way that I can imagine a fucking window going there, and then it comes. And actually, it looks pretty good. Like,
no, what I like about
I always think, let's look at your fucking house, George Clark. You fucking nosy prick.
I like when he comes in because obviously he's been an architect, so he's a qualified architect. So he's not just someone like who just
he's
thinks
some rando.
He does know his shit. But he's so funny when you show him the plans and he goes, "Well, you know what? I'd get rid of that and I'd put a corridor here so you can see the whole way through. And I'd turn your kitchen round, right?" And they do it. They just do it. They don't go, "Well, whoa, we've just spent thousands of pounds having these plans put together." They go, "Okay, George." And then the next week when he come back, "Oh, you did what I said."
George, you could have told me that before I had these fucking plans written out, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Is what I could say.
I love the fact. I said he's very honest as well. He always sort of tells them. He's always
what I think you should do is put all your kitchen utensils and glue them to the ceiling. Just glue them to the ceiling.
Probably will.
Really, George? Yeah, just fucking do it.
Let me ask you this question, Chinny, because obviously you're not very into DIY, are you?
No.
So I'm assuming you don't want to do a upper.
I might want to do a upper.
What?
Yeah.
You don't do DIY. Why would you want to do a upper?
Because I'll fucking start.
Do you know people?
I know people, yeah.
Who do up?
Yeah. Luckily, everybody that I play snooker with are all builders. That is not even a joke. That is not even a joke.
That is good. That is good, though.
That is literally no joke. Like, every fucker I play with at snooker are builders.
That's good. Because I tell you what, having contacts like that.
In my team, there's 3 builders and then a retired builder. And then I think one guy that works at Amazon. So, yeah, he's not a builder. But, yeah, you know. But he can do loads of DIY as well. So they all talk about DIY all the time. I'm like, I'm barely even a man. So I have nothing to discuss with you. Like.
No, you don't. Until you go, "Excuse me, just bought a new house. Could do some help." Excuse me, need a new kitchen.
But they've said, like, one of the guys said, like, "Oh, when you do get a new house, like, if you want me to look at it before you buy it, I'll be."
Yeah, that's always useful as well.
Oh, fucking hell, this is great.
Very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll be interested to see what you buy. Send me some deets, man. When you get some details.
You just want to know.
I just want to be nosy.
So you can, like, oh, is this going to be my room?
Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this? He's looking at. Look at the state of this place.
Yeah, it's just going to be shit. Where are you going to sit? Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. So
no, it is cool. It is cool, man. I'm actually shocked it's taking you this long, to be honest.
Well, the plan was always 5 years. So we moved in 2015. But obviously 5 years later, the old.
It's a bit of a funny time at the moment as well because obviously mortgage rates are going up.
Yeah, it's all funny.
Prices are still high, so it's kind of almost the bubble's not burst yet.
No one knows what to do.
No one knows what to do because you could hold on a bit and prices probably will drop at some point.
Yeah, but that means my house price will drop.
Yeah, it's all relative.
So
but bigger houses will drop less than smaller ones.
Exactly. So what do you do?
I don't know. It's tough, man.
Because if bigger houses drop bigger than the small ones, mine's a small one. Mine will drop more. I'll get less for it. What do you do?
Yeah, it's tricky, man. It's very
tricky.
So
this is the conclusion that I've come to, by the way, about that predicament that you're talking about.
Depends on your deposit as well. Depends on how much you can put down.
Well, I'm not going to discuss that while we're still live streaming. But
that's okay. I don't expect you to, but I'm saying that's a big factor as well.
But what I'll say is, I forgot.
Okay.
No, the conclusion that I've come to is just do it. Like,
there's never a good time.
There's never a good time. So just do it.
Never a good time.
I'm going to stop the stream now so I can discuss more about